but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. Take away the power of my
I gotta tell you a story about this song, but I'm gonna wait. By the way,
He waited 4 years and lied.
no auto-tune. Just want to clarify, some people, the same haters, think I'm auto-tuning. Hey, fucking go.
That's not the problem, Doc!
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my
We're gonna check out Halo Infinite after this, and Hyperscape. That's all I wanted to say.
Dude.
Believe it or not, that song, I know it's gonna shock the world out of you. I woke up out of the waterbed butt naked. Semi.
It's not really shocking me.
But when you put the sweatpants on, it really doesn't matter at that point, right? I get on the flip phone. I hit up our buddy J+1. I said, I want to make a song. What do you have in mind?
The anthem to getting caught texting
Just give me a
minors.
beat, I'll work with it.
Oh my god.
That was about 7:30. I had the beat at 9:30 in the morning. Laid down the vocals. This song, and I'm not exaggerating, was done by almost noon. From 7:30 to noon.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascists?
And then I hit my other
dudes
guy
too?
up. Oh, baby, you know him. Thorsten. I said, hey, I want to be standing in an alleyway.
Guys, I'm making the anthem to getting caught sexting a minor and getting fired from my job, so I need you to put me in an alleyway.
Because I got you, Doc.
Is this really lolly?
With a German accent. It was done and tweeted the next day. That's just a little inside information.
Dude, this song
It
is
shows-
so fucking funny now, dude. It's so funny. This guy got literally fired for fucking texting a minor. And bro, he's like, dude, I made this crazy song. Like, people said, like, no, nice edit of, like, having him react to it. No, this is real. It's what he did. There's no edit. Oh, God. Like, this is just, like, something that's super funny to me now, looking back. Out of, all the lore. Out of all the lore, this is one that is, very funny. Before we get started, because we have a lot of React stuff that I haven't seen yet that I need to see on stream today. Potential research, not really. I don't really see myself doing much more content with this whole situation. Just kind of frustration building that I just gotta tell people about. I just gotta tell the chat, okay? They gotta know. Hello. You pull the Colleen Ballinger? Yeah, dude, instead of the ukulele, it was the piano, bro. It's the piano! Oh, dude. I gotta put my fake intensity on, dude. We're here. Hello! How's everybody doing, chat? Trop Ant, what's going on? You just wanted cupcakes? Dude, did you guys see the thumbnail for the stream? Did you guys see the... What the fuck was that? Did you guys see the thumbnail for this stream? Is this not awesome? I made this in like 5 minutes, dude. Yeah, dude. I was like, dude, I want to make a thumbnail, and then they sent me the setup by
Isn't this
9
Nicholas
a.m.
DeOrio
and
guy
the
like one of
thumbnail was
those
done by
crypto
12.
fascist,
Yeah,
dudes too.
dude, I got him holding a little cupcake. He's coming back from the bakery. Oh, it's so over. Before we get started, I just want to talk about this because it comes from a place of recent drama. Dude, if you just got flashbanged on the screen right now, I'm super sorry. My sincerest apologies if this transition, not even transition, if me dragging the screen just flashbanged you. But I gotta talk about Boogie. Hairline not on fleek, I would say. It's almost time to shave it all off. Fuck me, dude. You need the comb over.
Listen up, all you top G's. There's some misinformation being spread around right now by certain influencers. But I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me. Now listen, you may know there's certain myths that are being pushed on you to keep you in the rat race and enslaved to certain disciplines. But I'm here to dispel those myths for you. Number one, everyone thinks you have to have a perfect body, fit to stave off any attack. That's lies! This body wasn't by accident. If you don't have anything to steal and you don't look like a threat, then no one's going to attack you anyway. You see this body? This is what peak performance looks like.
People are asking Nick, are you pro Biden or Trump? I'm endorsing Boogie's tumor.
And it wasn't an accident. Do you have any idea how much discipline it took to create this body? Do you have any idea how many carbs you have to ingest to maintain this kind of mass? But it guarantees that when people look at me, they don't see a threat. Myth number two, a man must build an empire to have any true worth. Haram! That is haram. True happiness comes from the simple things in life. An aquarium and a goldfish, 2 small dogs in a video game. That's real.
There's something inherently funny of him saying all of this stuff with the backdrop being arcade 1-ups. Surely nobody here is watching the current home arcade drama right now with the company. Holy fuck, dude. This is pathetic. This guy is a deranged retard, and I hate him. Boogie2988. Dude, it's so embarrassing when I tell people that I used to like his content. Dude, I mean, this is a bad week for me. A real tough week for me. I wasn't a fan of Dr. Disrespect, but like, bro, I used to watch Review Tech USA a lot. He's just having a fucking bad day. I used to watch his video game commentaries before he even put himself on the camera. Dude, I watch all of Boogie's video game videos and shit back in the olden days. I thought, oh, good, Boogie's covering it. That's something I want to watch. Dude, I'm taking L's all over the fucking place. It's so bad, bro. It's so bad. So Boogie2988. You know, I've been trying to explain the problem with Booger, okay? I've been trying to tell people why this guy is having so many problems in his life right now, and I think I've finally figured it out, all right? This is a little confusing, so try to bear with me, all right? So Boogie is retarded, all right? That's not something that's a hot take. But Boogie is so fucking stupid that he thinks he's a genius. Okay? He thinks he's a genius. So he thinks he can get away with manipulating people. But, like, everyone sees it. And you really can't. And it's really not working. But, like, he thinks he's just manipulative enough to pull it off. When in reality, no. He is retarded. He's an absolute animal. CoffeeZilla exposed him recently. I want to pull this up. Like, it's actually fucking crazy. Boogie gets involved with these crypto fucking people who are pushing a shit coin on Boogie's audience, if you're not familiar with what happened.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy
It's like the
one of those
newest case of
crypto-fascist
Boogie doing
dudes
something
too?
like absolutely reprehensible so he can have 3 days of drama on the podcast, I imagine. Now, I don't know if Keem told him to do this. I imagine Keem probably didn't have anything to do with this.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes?
And I don't
too?
think this is intentional, orchestrated, like Tommy Keem and them got into a meeting and said, wouldn't it be funny if we could bait CoffeeZilla onto the show? But Boogie goes rogue sometimes when he's trying to kayfabe it up a little bit. And genuinely, I think he thought this would drum up some attention for the podcast, in my opinion. If I really have to pin it on something, I think that he knows that everybody hates him. He knows there's no path to redemption. He knows he's absolutely ruined his credibility. So why not fucking crypto scam my fucking fans? Dude, people don't like me. Why don't I rug pull you guys? Hey guys, join fucking Dickcoin. Yeah, join. I was gonna say join Fat Token, but he already made it, so I can't think of a good one. Yeah, it's actually pathetic to watch this freak operate. Imagine reaching out to fucking CoffeeZilla before you run the crypto scam, and then CoffeeZilla says like, "Hey, dude, you ought not do that." He's like, "Well, too late. I already did it."
At Boogie 2988 on a crypto pump and dump he did, where he got paid $10,000 to promote a.
Dude, he got paid 10 grand. Do you know what part of this breaks my brain? That's like a month's worth of YouTube revenue. That's actually insane. Do you understand that if he just posted like 12 gaming videos and streamed semi-regularly, $10,000 in a month is fairly fucking attainable? He's not breaking the bank. This isn't some absurd fee. And that, like, he has to pay taxes on this. Do you guys remember a couple months ago when Boogie was paid like $1,000 or $2,000 to go fucking see EDP445 and interview him for fucking somebody's YouTube video? And then he basically admitted that the money he spent going on that trip was essentially the money he was paid. So he basically did it for $0. He essentially went and did a collaboration interviewing a fucking pedophile for free because he's too stupid to realize it would cost more money to attend. All right, this guy is putting in he's getting 10 grand, right? Obviously the fucking people who are running this operation know that at the very minimum they're going to make way more than 10 grand if they're asking for Boogie
coin, and he said that he thought
it's really 7 grand or something, like if he's paying his taxes.
That just because he said, hey,
hopefully he doesn't pay his taxes, gets booked on tax evasion,
don't buy this unless you're rich, that nobody was going to put their money in. A few hours later, $3 million worth of trading volume had been done. And I tried to tell him and explain to him that that's how these deals work. Insiders pay you, the celebrity.
Dude, this isn't 2020 anymore. This isn't 2019 anymore. Everyone knows what a fucking rug pull is. Everyone is aware. Dude, I was watching the Lolcow podcast, and Tommy's like, and Wings goes, man, how you make your money? Come on, how you making your money? I go, well, hopefully after the community is large enough and people are getting involved, we'll slowly pull away our funds, which will ultimately leave us making money on our investment. That's what a fucking rug pull is.
To go ahead
That's
and
exactly what
promote something,
CoffeeZilla
they paid him $10,000,
explained.
and then people end up buying the coin. It doesn't matter what you say. The whole point is they're renting your likeness, renting your image in order to do that. He then told me, well, you know, basically he's paying for cancer, so he can't pay that money back. It's all spent, money's gone.
I like CoffeeZilla,
and I tried
but he's too anti-crypto sometimes. I think, this is just me, I think Boogie saw us going after King of Nothing for exposing Ethan's NFT sales, and then happened to get this offer at the same time, and he's like, oh, well, if I look like a disgusting freak with my weird girlfriend and tell everybody that I'm fat, retarded Andrew Tate, that I could probably get away with this one. And then, like, the commentary people are going to defend me. Leaving out the fact that this is not like an NFT project. This is not like an item that you're buying, item consumption, like, received as labeled. He's selling a fucking currency. He's attaching it to his name with shady investors. That is objectively worse in every fucking conceivable This is actually something that you could compare to Dink Doink. Only Logan Paul was probably smart enough to rug pull a lot more fucking money and negotiate a lot better with his fucking fans that he was fucking over. Realistically, if we have to take a look at these two situations objectively, yeah, dude, it's a currency. There's no goods being exchanged. There's no buy and sold transaction. You're telling people to invest in something that will get them a return, and you're just saying you're not going to make any money. Only rich people should give. Think of this as like a donation. Why don't you make a GoFundMe, loser? Because you wouldn't have made as much. That's why. Oh yeah, maybe some rich people just come along and give me money. Yeah, well, they weren't going to. So obviously you assumed that people were going to spend money on your stupid fat token. Like, oh, it's just a meme, Dink Doink. You know, just like Dink Doink was branded as a meme as well, right? Like, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
Get to the bottom of why he did it. Why I think.
And people are saying stuff like, if you bought fucking fatty token, you deserve to be fucking like scammed. Yeah, you do. No, 100%. I fully believe this. Dude, my favorite part of the CoffeeZilla videos is laughing when some grown-ass man is like, I convinced my mom to buy the fucking monkey token. They thought it was Bored Apes. We lost our house. I find those segments funny. It doesn't sway me. It does not sway me when people put their entire life savings in something stupid. 100%. It doesn't sway me. So you're not going to get any points over on me.
That he didn't actually care whether it was a scam or not.
The only time I ever feel bad about these types of scams is when it's like an elderly woman or a child who shouldn't have access to these funds, or like an elderly woman. Like, you read shit on like, what subreddit is that? Like r/scams, where it's like, my dad is convinced he's dating Selena Gomez, and he's been scammed twice already, but this time it's the real Selena Gomez. He's given $200,000, and it's like a senile 80-year-old man. That stuff upsets me. That's like the only time. But the main demographic for being scammed by Logan Paul is not 80 years old dementia patient.
Because he actually came to me ahead of time. It was a really weird story where he came to my DMs before he fully launched the coin. He had just done
It's okay if a millionaire or a thousandaire gets scammed. Zero will to live. How bad is it for you going? How bad is your life right now? Chat, is there any single person who wouldn't be considered a thousandaire in my chat? Do you have $6 in your checking account right now? I mean, 1,000. I've never ever in my life seen the word thousandaire. Ever. I would hope that everyone here is thousandaires. If you're not, my heart goes out to you. Get that bread, amigo. Time to sell a crypto coin. Not even like, dude, I'm not even 100aire.
an announcement.
Look, I never thought I'd be the guy sitting here poor shaming my chat, but I also never thought I'd read the word thousandaire. Bro, give that guy money. I don't need the donos tonight. Give the thousandaires.
Tweet saying, hey, you know, at pump.fun, which is the platform he was launching on. And then he said to me, hey, I got a question for you, something like that. And I said, I looked at his Twitter.
Smaggle, I'm not a thousandaire. Smaggle, get a job. Smaggle, if I at you on Discord and I say get in the call at any hour of the day, you are there. All right, Smaggle? Okay?
Twitter profile, and I said, don't do what I think you're about
No, don't get a job. I need my top soldier.
to do. And he said, oh, it's too late. Like, I already spent the money, hospital bills and stuff. So I thought it was really...
No, yeah, that's another one. I didn't even think of that, dude. You guys got, like, giga student loans, dude. You might have $1,000 in your fucking bank account, but holy shit, dude. Student loans suck. Dude. My heart goes out to anyone paying those off.
really weird. Like, why would you come to the guy who busts scams if you thought it was all on the up and up?
We don't count
that's what
student loans.
he tries to say is, no, if I had only known, if I'd only seen ahead of time what this was, I wouldn't have done it. Very strange story, though.
The good thing about student loans is you'll probably either die before you pay them off, or your job will pick up and you'll be able to pay them off pretty quickly. So look at the bright side.
Want you to hear from Boogie 2988 himself, though, about this. Decide what you think. In general, I think it's fine to say people should not be investing in me.
All this tells me that we're watching right now at CoffeeZilla is that Boogie thinks he's fucking like immune. Like there's nothing that could ever be. It can't get possibly worse. I'll call the guy who who fucking exposes scams, right? And I'll tell him exactly what I did, so that makes the video come out faster, so I can get some attention.
I just think it's also obvious that marketers wouldn't pay people if people didn't fall for this stuff. Ultimately, they are scamming your fans. They get in on the coin early. They sell as your fans pile in. I hope we can continue to expose celebrities who do this, such as Boogie. Desperate or not, it's not okay. There are other ways to make money. And
all right, let's get to
here's the call we had. Boogie, it looks like you launched a crypto token that is a scam, a pump and dump. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I don't think it's a pump and dump. It is a meme coin.
It's literally from a thing called pump.fun.
Dude, I hate this. I hate Boogie so much. It's
What are
not
you
even. It's.
I never knew who pump.fun was until
I never knew.
today.
Well, that's what you tweeted. That's what you tweeted. You said, "Oh, we're gonna break."
But I learned about it today, so I also tweeted about it today. Try to find a time I tweeted about it before today. You won't, because I just found out that I didn't know who this company is or these people I'm working with, other than...
Dude, I knew nothing about these people, so I gave them my closest fans, and I told people to invest in a stupid coin.
They referred to me by Afro Man's manager.
Afro Man's man.
Right, but you said before you posted the pump and dump, you said we're going to crush the internet, pump.fun. You didn't realize at that point you're doing a pump and dump, that you're getting paid by insiders to do this?
Well, not really, because again, if you watch the video that I launched this with, the entire video, the entire bit...
This is the part. He thinks he's good enough to manipulate people. He thinks he's really good at selling.
The entire joke is I lost all of my money in crypto.
But I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
Yeah, this looks just like somebody... Hold on.
Fatty for life.
This looks just like somebody whose girlfriend needs weed to socialize in public settings. You know, he goes on stream saying that, like, it's nice that he gets to, like, raise his girlfriend on the side.
Here's my shitcoin. If you want to be broke too, buy my shitcoin. That's what I say in my tweets.
What's the joke about you getting paid to do this, though? And asking people
Yeah, he's really creepy. He's a real creepy
Isn't this
fucking
Nicholas
person.
DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascists?
Dude, this stream is interesting, all right? I'm criticizing Boogie's adult girlfriend, and I'm going to tell why people should have leaked stuff earlier in the doc situation. Obviously, there is context to both of those decisions, and I don't think that Boogie is like a turbo pedo or something, but I will say that Boogie's girlfriend disgusts me.
invest in this coin. I mean, what's the joke exactly? You know people are going to invest. That's why you're getting paid. You know that.
I thought people would buy one coin to come onto the server and hang out and fuck around. That's what I thought. That's my understanding, and that was the point. You know, when they were pitching this to me, they're like, don't be like Logan Paul. Don't be these other people. We want you active in the community.
Isn't this Nicholas
we want
DeOrio
you to
guy like
talk.
one of those
We want you to be there. This is your community.
dudes?
Don't be like Rogan Paul. This time when you rug pull, at least like console your fans as we fuck them in the ass.
Be part of it. And so it seems very easy for me to do this.
I'm glad that this happened right after the King of Nothing thing, so we can hear the difference between a rug pull where something becomes like non-valuable and where all the investors come in, pay somebody to be the face of a product, and then rip the money out so all the fans are just left there to burden the fact that their coin is worth nothing. I'm glad that we can actually look at like a direct comparison now.
With another company to collect.
You were asking people to invest in a financial product, not just...
Did you hear Logan actually went ahead to sue CoffeeZilla? Yes, I heard about that a little ahead
Isn't
of
this
time.
Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist
Be an
dudes,
interesting
dude?
lawsuit. I'm looking forward to the drama that comes with it. But if I'm CoffeeZilla, I'm crowdfunding this one. It's a pretty easy crowdfund, I imagine. Why would you pay out of pocket for something like that?
Just a community.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio
Right,
guy,
you
like one of
understand
those
that. This
fucking
is not
crypto
like, hey,
fascist,
pay
dudes
a
too?
buck and you get access to my community. People think that they're going to make money. That is why there's $3 million of trading volume.
He has insurance. Yeah, I know. He has the same insurance as Scott. I think Scott Schaefer was telling me about this content creator insurance. I should probably get that.
On this little shitcoin that you just promoted.
Well, I told them they won't make money. I literally told you you'll go broke buying this coin.
You can't
I literally
think.
in the tweets and in the videos, I said, don't buy this coin. You'll go broke. If you want to be broke like me, buy this coin.
There's literally no way you believe you're going to get paid $10,000 for something, and those people aren't expecting a greater return on their investment. This is how meme coins work.
Dude, Boogie thinks he's like pulled the wool over their eyes. Like, dude, these guys think that they're gonna get $10,000 worth of shit back from promoting me? They don't know I'm irrelevant. I can take advantage of them.
Their money back, but I mean, there are plenty of companies that I've worked with that are just there to get their name out, and they're glad.
Yeah, dude, pump.fun, bro. They're like, come on, I need the clout. I need the clout, dead YouTuber Boogie2988. We can really push this one.
Money back, or
The brand recognition.
even spend money to get name recognition. I can name a dozen.
These people are spending money to get pump.fun meme coin name recognition?
I presume.
Let me explain how this
Dude, you can't even lie well. This is insane.
works,
why
Boogie.
else they would
Let me explain how this works. Pump.fun
Maybe a new Farmers episode. Everybody's at VidCon right now. I'm like the only one who'd even be able to film.
is a place where a lot of things happen, but celebrities will launch meme coins. How it works is insiders pay them for their brand to do.
Farmers episode's a good idea. I don't know if I want to even go back on that show. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I want to be affiliated with whatever the fuck is happening over there. I don't know. I think the show's gotten more funny, but I don't know if I want to throw in my... I feel like I would want to be paid if I go back to that thing.
Use it for all it's worth. They buy in early. They have the influencer promote it. The price jumps up because no matter what the influencer says, the attention gets people to put money in the stupid project, no matter how much you tell them.
Yeah, so Boogie sucks, and I hate him. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Good. See, that's somebody that gets the fatty lifestyle.
Like, he kept promoting it after. He's been filming several videos to keep promoting this. And then he brought it on the show. Like, God, bro. I don't know. I'm not going to go... Like, Chud was saying the same shit. I'm not going to get mad at them for, like, promoting the scam on the show, I guess. Because it's not like that's the intention of it. Or, like, platforming the scammers or whatever. But it's... I don't know. It just sends me a weird fucking feeling. You think Boogie's fans are really buying the fatty coin? Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. I think people are buying the fucking fatty coin from his camp. If, like, literally, if like, he even admits that people were buying the coin. Yeah. Who was the guy that let his mentally challenged girlfriend let loose in the woods? Yeah, Boogie's kind of like, a lot like JF. Boogie's like a fat JF. I kind of see it. He's just not French. And then he like cried about Mudahar. Some people are not taking the whole fatty thing well. Death threats and wishing cancer on people is wild. But it's Mudahar, so what else can you expect? Wait, oh my god. I didn't know this ratioed him. That's so bad. Wait. I disavow whatever that Twitter user said. That's fucked. This is kind of fucked. I didn't know I did that. Chat. Hello, chat. How are we doing tonight? Let's start talking about Dr. Disrespect. That's why we're here. That's why we're chatting on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Let me quickly just run through some donos so we're caught up. We got 1,400 of my closest friends and family really pushing those parasocial bonds. I'm going to open up a merch store soon. No, not really, because I don't think anyone's going to put my logo on their fucking t-shirt, and I'm not that egotistical. Jessica Pizzle, $5. Link the video the Deodor Anthony person was complaining about, please. I'll go check it out. I got a whole playlist on Maine. He's talking about the the Zaptai videos for the 400th time. Illusion of Glory, $5. All those YouTube protects pedo smear campaigns when it turns out Twitch was actually doing that the whole time. Frenchiest Fry, $10. Where is Augie? All right.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those
I'll level with you.
crypto fascist?
I talked to Augie
dudes,
yesterday. I got a call with him. He was telling me all this new shit, right? He was telling me all this new shit going on in his life, and he said, you know what?
I think I'm done. DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist.
He said, I know I told you I was gonna come back. I said I told you I felt like I needed to do it for the culture, but he said yesterday to me that he thinks he's just done. He's not. He's been away long enough. His regular job has been paying really well, and he told me like I'm not even fucking with you, chat. I'm not even fucking with you, chat. He said that he thinks he's done. He says that for the fans that are left, he apologizes, and he wanted them to check out Connor's channel because Connor's doing really well right now. I think in a way that kind of discouraged Augie a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. That's just my interpretation of it. But I mean, I think he should be happy for Connor that he's doing really well. And I think that's probably the mature thing to do in that situation. But yeah, no, I think he's done. I don't think he's coming back. If he does come back, I feel like it'll be like another 6 months maybe after some heavy reflection on it. But yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like I'm literally sorry. I wish I had some good information to report. I don't at this moment in time. It's actually really shitty. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of awkward. But moving forward, Monkey D Love, thanks for the new membership. Some guy named Sue, thank you for the 2 Canadian. Nick's the doctor. His surgical knife is disrespect. Shadow Warden, $5. Boogie can be shirtless, but a woman can't. Free the nip. Sure. Monkey DeLuffy, $5. Hey Nick, started watching since Max. First time catching the stream. Keep it up. Also, join my crew. Hello, Monkey DeLuffy. Welcome to the channel. Sorry that your first day here had to hear such disgusting rumors about Augie RFC. QTV's Hood Ornament. Thank you, $2. We all need to start selling feet pics for the bag. Stefan Corbino.
Is this really lolly?
All those who pumped up the coins better run faster than my credit. Thank you for the 5 Canadian. Elote Man, 94, $2. Boogie is Camden Gerard Davis. No!
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist?
Snobby Lion, excited for the Medicare Boogie stream tonight. I forgot all about that, to be honest, and I'm going to be watching. Yes. Is UFC on tonight though? Is there a card tonight? UFC 303. Ooh. All right. Well, I'll be watching a little bit of gym. I guess I gotta watch the card. Oh, this was supposed to be the. Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch this card. I don't like Alex Pereira. I think he's good. I don't like his fights. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like upset because I wanted to see Conor fight and I wanted to see John Jones fight, and every time they just send in Pereira. Like, I'm sure the card is better in terms of skill because both, like, I mean, I think John Jones is still pretty skillful, but I think Conor McGregor is kind of a laughingstock for being a fucking, like, he's literally the main fight because it's like monetarily lucrative to promote the fight as such, and that's probably the only way he'd even be in there. But realistically, I don't think that fight's going to be very competitive when it happens. Then again, I mean, fucking what's his name has been out for, he's been sitting for a while too. Mr. Pickman, $5. If Boogie keeps this up, do you think we'll get part 2 of the sad and dark life of Boogie 2988? Yeah, it'll be a post-mortem vlog. Pugs the Big, $2. I swear Boogie's fetish is Keem yelling at him. Cornbread, 5 Canadian. Happy birthday, Edgar. Who's Edgar? Wait, did I just say something I shouldn't have said? You said Hail Brothers, so I imagine that I should not have said that out loud.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? Is it like Hitler's birthday or something? Oh, that's PewDiePie's dog. Happy birthday, PewDiePie's dog. CCC member. Ace Guy member. All right, we're all caught up. I want to start talking about Doc because I'm just frustrated as all fucking hell. Now, before we get started, okay? Before we get started and I start fucking saying a lot of shit and talking a lot of smack and all this stuff, I want to say that a portion of the position that I'm currently in is marked by hindsight. There is a certain percentage of everything I'm about to tell you that is affected by the veil of hindsight. Other people don't say that when they get in these types of situations. I'm being upfront about it. It's really hard to understand the rationalization that a lot of these people were making over the course of 4 years, especially when we saw how easy it was to dismantle Doc's credibility and basically destroy any future business opportunities for the guy. Okay, because like a lot of morality here gets fucking dropped at the door when we're sitting in the position that we're in right now, where in less than a week, this guy was demonetized from YouTube. His fucking public perception dropped dramatically. People, like platforms who were offering him $10 million contracts are saying they might not ban him, all because one rogue employee tried to promote his fucking concert by mentioning that Dr. Disrespect like sexted children. Like that was all it was. And that created this huge fucking monsoon of damage that led to 3 more credible Twitch employees coming out making a fucking statement. It led to Bloomberg. It led to Slasher reemerging and publishing his long-standing Rolling Stone article. I guess that's the publisher that decided to give him legal invulnerability. I don't know what the word is from lawsuits. Basically, they'll cover the brunt of any legal issues that happen as a result of his article. It's really hard to understand the wide justifications that people are trying to make, knowing full well that it was like, I mean, now I know. In 2020, a pay spin sets this whole thing off, and we don't have to do this 4-year dance where he gets to go on the San Francisco 49ers, right? Like, now I know. That's all it took. But obviously that's affected my perception. And some of these clips are genuinely disgusting. Like, just listen to this.
Want to have happen?
What did you want to have happen to Dr. Disrespect when you planned all this out?
What do you think?
I really think after seeing this back now for 4 years that Twitch never revealing anything and all of this only happening because of Cody's tweet, they did a good job. I really feel like the people that were working on this case, that were interacting with the victim,
doesn't this make you mad that somebody said this yesterday?
That handled the punishment and that in the aftermath, they never spoke to me on the record. These people I have been talking to or around primary sources for years, never.
Years! This wasn't one comment from 2020. They were doing regular updates to give him more information for years.
Agreed to speak on the record. It has been consistent that the only thing that I have been told many dozens of times over and over, their priority is to protect the victim.
And guess what? I don't know anything about the victim. Do you? It appears that wasn't necessary. It appears that you didn't need to leak the victim's name, dump logs where she's not redacted, or do any of that stuff. Again, the veil of hindsight tells me that
isn't this Nicholas
pretty
DeOrio
bad.
guy like one of those
I know, it's
crypto
pretty bad.
crashes
I know it
dudes
sounds
too?
probably cheesy or bullshit or whatever, but that is really what I was told so many times about why they would not talk to me.
No.
Why? Wait. Why was Dr.
they would say
Disrespect?
it, but-
Why was Dr. Disrespect paid out from his contract then?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. It is. I'm not saying that that's not a bad question. I do not have details on the case specifically.
Do you think that they?
Twitch did a fantastic job. Why did they pay out the guy? That's a good question.
Do you think that they paid him out from his contract because it was part of an NDA that the doc would have agreed to? Like, well, fine, I won't say anything about this to anybody. I won't mention anything to anybody as long as you like settle with me like on this contract here, like pay me up through this, or at least like make me right on this.
I have been advised not to speculate.
Oh, now we've been advised not to speculate. Good one, buddy. Now, I want to be really fucking clear. Slasher is getting hit right now because Slasher is too stupid to not do a press tour, okay? Realistically, my issues, my gripes are with Twitch.tv. I think Twitch.tv fundamentally mishandled this investigation. Twitch is not a journalist with a primary source, despite the fact that Slasher wants you to think that's like the be-all, end-all. That's like the most important thing in any case, is to have a journalist with a source. They had the screenshots. They had all of the information they needed. They apparently, as I found out last night, reported him to the Department of Missing and Endangered, or what was it? What the fuck is the word? the Department of Missing and Abused Children, right? Like they had enough information to push it there, and then they did nothing. And then they're on stream talking about aliens, right? Like this is like the hindsight here is just so hurtful.
Wants to know after all these years, why was Dr. Disrespect banned?
Wow, I've never had that one. Whoa. Well, now that I'm on Mrs. Channel, let me tell you what really happened. Okay, so there was an alien invasion.
This was 3 months ago on Ms. Kiff's live stream, where they're like making light and talk like this. These people never were going to tell you that this guy was like predatory towards minors. You know that, right? That's the allegation, is that he knew the age and he pushed forward. And this is a 35-year-old man talking to someone who, with all likelihood, was not 17 years old. Otherwise, we would know, right? Doc would say that this girl is 17 years old if they were 17 years old. Probably looking between the ages of 14 and 16, I imagine. That's my hypothetical. I don't have any of that information, right? But this is a black mark on any company, I imagine, to not report something like that. At least that's my moral position on it, is I do think they should be doing that in some way, shape, or form. I think that other companies need to know that this has happened. And I don't think that's like a real hot take. Anyways, this is how they were talking about it 3 months ago.
Okay, many people did not know about the alien invasion. Okay, and the aliens actually possess Dr. Disrespect.
Oh.
Okay. And
doesn't this just make you mad? Doesn't this make you just want to start fucking throwing shit around and fucking talking some shit? Like it
actually took over the globe using Twitch.
With the Shungite.
Yes, okay. And so the only way we could save civilization, okay, was to take
this
the action.
This makes me mad, bro. This makes me mad. So I'm talking about, like, listen to this. Dude, go look at the article, right? You want to see why Slasher went dark. He tells you right in the article why he went dark. And again, I'm going to be leaning on Slasher because he's given me a lot of stuff to work with, but I do not hold him to any... I don't hold him to the same standard I hold Twitch to. He's just given me a lot to talk about today. Whereas Twitch is still hiding, full stop. The primary author of this article, this is Slasher talking in the third person, by the way, Rod Breslau, learned the reason for Beam's ban from credible sources in June 2020, but chose to not report it due to the extreme sensitivity on the topic. If you ask Rod, it's to protect the victim. If you ask Rod why Twitch in general didn't say anything, I just played you the clip. It's because they wanted to protect the victim.
That's not a bad question. I do not have many times about why they would not talk to me.
No. Why did wait? Why was Dr. Disrespect?
But if you go look in this and hear what he had to say, I mean, you'll hear a much better answer. I feel like this is probably the reason.
I don't want to put it personally on Twitter, and I do need a publication to back me, but this requires indemnity that I want, and that has been rather difficult to acquire, and that means that I get legal protection from the outlet that I publish for from whatever would happen afterwards.
I don't necessarily even blame him for thinking about himself in this situation, but
Isn't
I'm
this
tired.
Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those?
Chat, are you tired of hearing about the
dudes
paragons
too?
of virtue who swept this guy's shit up for 4 years? Are you guys tired about hearing about Twitch, the paragon of virtue? Okay, who thought about the victim night and day, and then let this guy go and hang out with the San Francisco 49ers and blow up his fucking YouTube channel? Like, when, I mean, it was because, like, Slasher didn't say anything because he was worried about his position, in my opinion. And he was also worried about getting sued into oblivion. Would you be really hard on him? I mean, I might still be, but, like, I would be less hard on him if this was his public position.
So, yes, a defamation suit is at the high point of concern for me.
Isn't this
and
Nicholas
other
DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
That is why 100% I can't put it on Twitter, just myself on social media, because I mean, I that's why I want to do it through a journalistic outlet. They also have to vet it, and there are editors, and there's a process. So I think that is very important in this particular situations.
It's crazy that he's describing exactly what happened before Doc's career imploded, and all the catalyst was some fucking guy, some Twitch employee. Do we even know if that guy would have had access to the logs? People are like, oh, they're gonna believe a random Twitch employee promoting his concert more than they're gonna believe Rod. Why? Why? The guy who was a first-party source is somebody who has access to the DMs, versus the guy who sounds like a disgruntled former ex-employee who's trying to use the information to promote a concert? Do you think those are really too far off?
Why I haven't done it on Twitter, and getting that as a freelancer, getting indemnity and working with an outlet that will give you indemnity has actually been pretty difficult. I don't want to put it...
So that's what he said, and I tend to believe that that's probably the case. Oh, by the way, just for people asking, when I first found out, I held my Dr. Disrespect controller, and I said, no, what did he do? I've since bought a $10 skin thing, and now it's an Optic gaming controller. So, Nadeshot and Hex, please do not touch kids. That would be really bad. I would have to spend another $10 to, like, redo this controller. It'd be a big shame. I would be pretty upset about it. People are like, dude, I've lost respect for you knowing that you have a gamer controller. Fair. And I want to... oh, by the way... Dude, that picture's awesome. I love that. Where is the clip? I want to talk about one more clip before we start getting into watching a bit more. So...
might potentially be...
When Slasher broke this nuke story, right, like this crazy nuke story, the first place he went for his press tour was to talk to Hassan Breaking News Piker. And it's hilarious that he was on there for like less than 5 minutes, and in that 5 minutes he spent time saying that he had like a legal team confront him from I presume the Rolling Stone, telling him what he can and can't say, and then immediately blurted out like unverified evidence that Doc had been arrested, to the point where even Hassan was visibly uncomfortable at what he was hearing.
Might potentially be some breaking news, Hassan. By the way, two things. One, I finally got my article out. Took me forever. So everyone...
I think this guy's a clout demon. I really do. I maybe that's the like the mean part of Nick, the mean streak of Nick. But I really think this guy's like a clout demon, dude.
And chat, please go read it.
Like he's just desperate for people to like him.
So it gets traffic and engagement. It would be great. Really appreciate it. I want to say I got to get it in the Rolling Stone culture section, not the new Saudi sponsored gaming section. Okay, I made sure.
Guys, hey, Hassan's audience, I got this in the Rolling Stone, by the way, and I had them put it in the stuff where I'm not taking money from the Saudis. Guys, no Palestinians died to post this story. Check it out, guys. I know you guys love those Palestinians. Yeah, dude, we didn't take money from the Saudis.
Not taking any new Saudi money, which is now funding Rolling Stone. Kind of sucks. Two.
Oh yeah, it kind of sucks, guys. I just wanted to criticize them. They're great. Yeah.
I had to have a whole
on Hassan's show minutes into getting
meeting with the legal team before I came on here about what I can and cannot and should not say. Don't do all these things. Might ignore some of them right as we start.
Okay.
Dude, I talked to the legal team and they told me exactly what not to tell you. Anyways, I'm ignoring them. Did you hear Doc was going to jail? Allegedly? Off a screenshot from the Neighbor app?
Living on the edge. I did get a...
This guy talks like an enthusiastic Alan from Smiling Friends. That was too good not to read. Thank you, Bobby.
DM about an hour ago from someone who lives in Encientas, near Rancho Santa Fe. That is the area that Dr. Disrespect lives in.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me a screenshot from his next door, which is in that area. And there is a comment. This was from 11 a.m. this morning, so this is before my article came out. There is a comment that says, "We just saw Dr. Disrespect in handcuffs. He lives right there. Do
you know he's going around asking people for deleting tweets with this video? Do you know, like, I have a primary source. I can't disclose my source. I'm a journalist. He's going around asking people to delete this clip now, in hindsight, where we're at. That's 100% real, by the way.
It has something to do with the accusations. Okay, I cannot confirm or verify.
I cannot confirm or verify on the stream, but for several hours I was told that he's asking people to delete the evidence off their Twitter accounts.
Anything, but he
didn't ask me. All right, I will disclose.
Coming from someone who is in that next door, and this is from
bro. Okay, you're. Listen, I didn't hear that. I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to. Nicholas DeOrio guy,
I don't know how to
respond to the
crypto fascist
dudes too. Let's just continue with the article that you got out on the Rolling Stone after 4 years.
Bro, this guy cannot talk on stream. People say I'm leaking Nick on Chud's stream, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm confident that if we put this guy out there and push back enough, we'll have the logs by the end of the week, all right? This guy just gets on stream and discloses. Like, Vosh is a concluder. Fucking this guy is a discloser. He's gonna tell everybody everything if you just push him long enough. This is the first time, Chud's right, this is the first time that I've ever seen Hassan worried to cover breaking news.
Right,
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio
can't
guy
believe
like
you
one of
just
those
dropped that in here?
Because
Fascist, dudes
if
too?
that is untrue, this is like you're squandering all of the cultural capital.
Dude, this guy fucked himself 4 years ago by putting a teaser out that Dr. Disrespect was preying on children, okay? He's like, I've heard that Doc is done, not just here. I can't report on it because of the sensitivity around the issue, because he didn't want to get sued, but regardless, okay? Guy puts out a fucking a teaser tweet 4 years ago, and everyone either calls him a liar or says that he's like doing some crazy shady shit, not fucking reporting on it. So then this guy waits 4 years, owns the dude publicly. Good on you, Slasher. You got him finally, right? And the first thing he does is report on unverifiable slop that Dr. Disrespect has been arrested. And the timeline is insane.
That you're winning back by being correct on this matter for the past 4 years. But anyway, let's continue.
Not confirming anything, okay? And no, by the way, you know, you can say it's the 4-year anniversary of my tweet.
The 4-year anniversary of his last fuck up. He goes and does this. Now, it's obviously not as bad, right? But still, come on.
That's on.
Oh my God.
You know that? Today is literally the 4-year anniversary to the day.
Okay. All right. Well, that's so crazy. Okay. Happy anniversary to your tweet.
Thank you.
It's just so awkward, right? So I tweet this out, right? At 10:43 a.m. I tweeted out like going after Slasher, and this is like the next day. I clipped this from the stream the night before, and then out of fucking nowhere, fucking like 20 minutes later, Slasher shows up in Keem's replies, by the way. This is not a tweet on his fucking thing. This is him replying. I have confirmed with the San Diego Sheriff's Department that no one was arrested, nor was there an incident at the location. Bro, there's no way you just randomly decided to correct your misinformation 20 minutes after I called you out. There's no fucking way. Surely there's no fucking way. And by the way, Rod follows me. Okay, so he read my shit. I believe it. I don't know about you. I fucking believe it. That he read my shit, immediately comes out. And he corrects it in Keemstar's replies. Not just like a public tweet. But dude, watch this. Listen to this clip. This is beautiful.
The next door screenshot about Doc being arrested is fake. It's a fake screenshot. I didn't even show the next door screenshot.
Like, they found out on the stream that the screenshot is fake, or allegedly fake. They got pushback on the exact stream that they were on. He waited till next day, by the way.
Like I said, that is like unconfirmed anyway. I would not run with that. Anyway,
Isn't
all right.
this Nicholas DeOrio guy, like
wow.
crypto
Some actual
fascist,
journalistic
dudes
integrity
too?
from Hassan. That's the first time I've ever seen that, I think.
True.
Wowee.
Rod, do you have any other questions about the debate? Now that we're...
Thank you for reading, everyone. Please go click and give me traffic if you have not.
Okay.
You got any more questions about the debate? Yeah, so please give me traffic on my article. Oh, God, I hate this guy. This is why I think he's a cloud goblin. Dude, come on! Come on, chat! Come on! What a loser, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry. The people in my replies are fucking saying with their whole chest, this is a real serious situation. If he leaked on an alt account, that would be unprofessional. Bro, this guy got on Hassan's stream and said that allegedly, fucking off a random screenshot from Twitter, that he was arrested. The doc was arrested. And then it took him fucking 12 hours to correct it. Bro, the real homies were on fucking Kiwi Farms when fucking Masushi's son went on fucking Kiwi Farms and looked up all the shit in the databases over the middle of the night. I knew this hours earlier that he wasn't fucking arrested. It's on fucking Kiwi Farms. Bro. Dude, I was told by Doc's next door neighbor. It's true. No, it's the neighbor app, dude. It's really hard to fake it. Oh, fuck. It's on fucking Kiwi Farms. We knew this wasn't real. I thought everyone knew this wasn't real. Anyways, I want to start watching some of this shit. This is crazy. I have 3 different things to queue up. What do you guys want to watch first? We got Slasher 4 years ago. This is July 14th, 2020, so it's about 4 years ago. We can watch that one and talking to Hassan and hear what he had to say in the early days. Then we got Hassan doing an interview with him after Dr. Disrespect. And then, this is probably where I want to start, me personally. We have Dan, Destiny's friend, and J-Stalk grilling Slasher for 2 consecutive hours, asking him a bunch of questions. And even when Dan is like on Slasher's side, he's so autistic he doesn't even realize it. He thinks that he's being fucking scrutinized right now. He's chomping at the bit to like defend himself when people aren't even criticizing him. I'm gonna start with this one, probably, I imagine, unless there's any. Because I'm interested in this one, and I'm interested in this one. If I had to be honest with you, chat, I want to watch some of this shit. But yeah, that's my position overall. I think that once Doc confessed, the drama, like, it was over. Doc confessed. It's done from there. I think that there were reasons to doubt what people were saying previously, but the confession really seals it. I don't think the article from Bloomberg super moved the needle. Because at this point we all kind of just assumed that Doc had done something. Like hearing 3 more people repeat the same thing that we already knew doesn't move the needle there for me. I think that knowing the ages was important at that stage of the game. I think that knowing information that we wouldn't get until Rod's second article was like, I don't understand. Why did it take 2 articles for somebody to say he knew the age and he persistently went forward with trying to reach out to her? Why did I have to find that out from like the last article? Why can't you guys just give us the information we need straight from the gate? Why are you like spoon feeding and dripping it out? It makes everybody look worse. Not only the fact that like, hey, this has been 4 fucking years, right? Now, after 4 years, they're just doing a slow drip feed of information instead of just releasing the stuff people want to know. Yeah, so I think that Twitch is, like, awful. Like, my position on Twitch has never been lower. Okay, this is insane to me.
Do you know the age of the person? The only way that this argument makes sense is if the doc had a large number of victims. Hold on.
Legal definition.
Okay, let me know when you're done. Okay. There is no legal definition of on the record. What do you mean legal? You think it's enshrined in law?
Many Twitch and ex-Twitch employees that are not happy.
Dude, that was another thing people were saying. I always do the They were watching it until everyone started debating the definition of on the record. There's a bit of that in here. Yeah, it's a bit cinema.
I have.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, everyone says Kick is a platform for pedophiles, and there are, like, tons of dramas and reasons why people would say that. There's constantly videos, YouTube protects pedophiles, blah, 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 blah. And then Twitch literally takes the situation where somebody messaged a minor and aggressively messaged them after the fact, right? That was what was in the document. This person, probably not 17 years old. If I really had to guess, I imagine they probably weren't 17 years old either, right? And it's a 35-year-old man, and Twitch just covers it up for 4 years. Crazy.
A direct source with knowledge of the Whisperers themselves, who was
crazy,
instrumental into the very small circle with firsthand knowledge of the case and impactful within it. And that Twitch employee, ex-Twitch employee, has told me that Doc was aware that the minor was a minor. Was made aware that he was a minor during the conversations, and the conversations continued to be and even got more explicit sexually after that.
That's the claim. I don't even think it was worded like that in the article. It got more explicit sexually after he found out the person was a minor.
That was acknowledged.
Do you know the age of the person?
Was not used in the reporting.
Are they 17 or are they younger than 17?
I do not have comment.
Man, it was just okay. Oh, this is starting off strong. Ah, Jesus. I started watching towards the end, so this is all new to me. Why are you doing a press tour about this allegation of I don't like, he acts like a YouTuber, you know? Like, this is something that, like, I could see a YouTuber doing. And this guy's, like, constantly trying to say his word is law because he's an esports journalist, as if any of that matters, as if that's, like, a real profession, I guess, in my opinion.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
And he sounds like a YouTuber.
We're 9 years old.
Do you now? Okay, no.
Why does it matter if it was 17? It's still illegal. Okay, but the reason why it matters that it's like that it would matter if they mentioned 17 at least, is because that Doc would give himself the most charitability possible. So if it was a 17-year-old, if it was someone near the age of adulthood, who probably looks the most like an adult and probably like is the most, like, this would be the best case scenario. Still bad, but it would be the best case scenario for him. The fact that he omits that tells me that no, it's probably someone younger. So yeah, it's not like, oh, 17 saves him. What it is that, oh, this is actually probably worse than I initially thought. Does that make sense? Because realistically, in my head, the minute he didn't include 17 and hasn't subsequently commented about it, this person became anywhere between the age of 14 and 16, like, at least with my assumption that I'm making. I've just basically written out the fact that this person was probably 17.
Without hearing your conversation, do you think that...
I mean, it could be a fucking 12-year-old. I have no idea. I have literally no idea. Nobody wants to give any information about this, and I think that Doc probably should at this point. If he even knows or remembers.
Now, obviously, if there was a huge discrepancy
Nicholas DeOrio guy,
between,
like one of those
let's say, a minor that was 17 and a minor that was 11 or 12, or like 13 or something, that feels to me like something that is more significant to point out. And I guess it's not...
So the implication Rod is making is it's not a 12-year-old, because if they were that young, it would be more significant to point out. So Rod here has essentially confirmed that we're probably dealing in a 14 to 17 range.
Necessarily the exact...
He's the discloser.
...ages, but I felt if...
Listen to that one more time. I'll speed it up a little bit, but listen to that one more time. Basically, that to me tells me that Rod thinks it's not a 12-year-old.
Significant to point out, and I guess in a minor that was 11 or 12.
Hold on.
Do you now? Okay, no. Without hearing your conversation, do you think that now, obviously, if there was a huge discrepancy between, let's say, a minor that was 17 and a minor that was 11 or 12, or like 13 or something, that feels to me like something that is more significant to point out. And I guess it's not necessarily the exact ages, but I felt if the additional information wasn't entirely necessary other than it is explicitly underage.
Okay.
So I'm walking away from that hearing, okay, it's not a 12-year-old or younger. That's what I got here. We've just narrowed it down a little bit more.
Do you feel differently?
I don't actually know what the fuck you just said. It sounds like you're saying that if they were 17, 16, that's a possibility, but if they were 9 or 10, that probably would have come out because it would be so much more significant?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so they're not under the age of 12.
What was your take with XQC? You can just give me the short version.
It's such a... I do really want to... Do you really want to have this conversation?
Maybe not. Okay, a little bit. Yeah.
My take on all this fucking internet sexual bullshit or whatever is for me to care that much. When you're talking about like a 17-year-old or whatever, I need to see the logs. Otherwise, I just don't give a fuck that much. You shouldn't be doing it. The doc, if he's fucking sexing or trying to meet up with some chick, I think it's bad. You shouldn't be doing it. But if it's like if they're like the 17-year-old's driving on the interaction trying to like fuck him, he's like yeah whatever blah blah blah. We'll do it. I just don't care that much. You shouldn't be doing it, but I just can't be fucked.
Do you think that with the current knowledge and reporting that is out there, that the punishment was unwarranted?
It's without seeing the DMs. It's hard to say.
So if you are hypothetically at the age of 17 in this case.
Slasher sounds like a normal sounding Smaggle. Awesome. Great.
Like I said, there are actions that the doc could have taken that I think would have warranted way more. So like, for instance, these are the examples I gave. So like, let's say in one world, let's say like 100 girls are messaging the doc and he's like trying to fuck all of them or whatever. And one of them is like 17 and she's like, oh, we should meet up on 10. He's like, oh yeah, like let's do it. Then it's like, okay. Like cutting his contract, obviously, and probably banning him are probably things that, yeah, you think you should probably do this. But like, let's say the doc was like intentionally going around channels, like finding underage people and then DMing them. And it's like, oh, I noticed that you're like, like, oh, you're pretty young. Like, what do your parents think about this?
Yeah, that would obviously be more severe. I don't know. Do you guys know what happened with Discord? Because apparently Discord had like a separate investigation and found that Doc did other shit, right? Or maybe it was the same shit. I don't know why Discord would have more information than YouTube, right? Unless they just went and did it on less than everybody, different platforms and stuff.
And he's like hunting like young people, like trying to flip them into TwitchCon partners.
Can we get Smaggle in the call? No, this is the one thing that makes my streams better than Tom's, is that I don't have Smaggle in the call, and I only bring him in for epic comedic effect.
That's something that I would expect the actions by Twitch I would expect to be way more severe than that. Like I would expect there to be some publicizing of what happened. Otherwise, he could just go to YouTube or another platform and actually like hunt people on those platforms. That would be like really bad, I think. Like imagine if he ends up like predatoring some girl on YouTube who's 15 and her. And then it leaks from Twitch that he was aggressively seeking minors on Twitch. Then I'd be like, oh, why didn't they say something? Now you basically just had some person getting raped. Like, that's what I would say is...
okay, well, in my reporting, and maybe I will want you to read it, a big part... There's one more big piece of reporting, which addresses what you just said, and there's a lot of the pieces to contextualize why Twitch was unable to say anything, and why they do not say anything, and why something like the logs are never going to come out.
Yeah, nothing like that actually was in the article. All they said in the article was like, yeah, due to the sensitivity around the issue and to protect the minor's identity, we can't release the logs. Now, the only way that I would give a fuck about that answer is if this was a streamer. Like, this is a known streamer or like a content creator of some kind, and he was reaching out to a streamer. Then I understand it. But because then like the conversations would be relative to streaming and you would be able to identify the minor. Otherwise, you could just redact the logs. Or you didn't even need to do that. Like, this all could have come out and Doc could have gotten obliterated if you just provided the information you did 4 years ago now. But yeah, I don't really... Like, we didn't need to know anything about the minor to condemn Doc. In this instance, we ended up getting a confession, and several employees went on the record to confirm what he did. At like the thought of logs leaking, Doc literally confessed, knowing that he was wrong. Right? So the veil of hindsight tells me that we didn't actually need any of that information, and Twitch probably could have come forward with something if they felt so. If they were going to send this to the Department of Missing and Endangered Children or whatever, it's entirely viable to tell other people about it.
Nor should you want to see them.
But is there an answer that's good, or is it just like to protect the victim thing?
Well, they're the two main answers, and yeah, all that it needs to be focused on is that, quote unquote, it not only endangers the victim, which needs to be the priority.
Is the victim in danger right now? Are the dangers in the room with us at this exact moment in time? I don't understand. This is information I need, Slasher.
Destiny, it's not for...
Wait, how does it endanger the victim?
Any potential for the victim to be identified.
How could it possibly lead to the victim being identified?
Thank you. Holy
shit. Like, did they include their address in like every single message to the doc? They're like, hey, what's up, doc? It's me, Samantha from 4227 Ames Street in Des Moines. Like,
I understand, but there have been people scouring the internet for 4 years of...
Wait, I'm so confused. Didn't your tweet directly put the victim in danger then? By even alluding to the fact that this could be something really damning? Didn't you literally create like a wild goose chase for the last 4 years to try to find out what exactly Doc did? I'm so confused. Like, why would you stop there?
For every potential person.
Maybe the victim is no longer a minor anymore? No, they're a legal adult now. It's been 7 years. Surely.
Like, there have been many, many women that have been harassed in this entire situation by people on the internet.
Wait, okay, so you're admitting that your stupid tweet got them harassed then, right? If you're saying that literally saying anything at all would lead to people getting harassed, and you're the only guy who said anything at all, your own standard is that you're causing women to be harassed over this.
Who thought that they were involved in the situation. Many women have had their lives up from not just the situation, but
Never
even
brings up evidence for harassment. The harassment is probably like, are you the reason Dr. Disrespect got banned? Are you like, oh, you were cheating on him? Are you the reason he got banned?
other interactions unrelated to this specific case with Doc. And there is something I was going to show you, later.
Dude, this guy's... Look, he's disclosing again. Hey, I got some leaked shit, but only you could see it, Destiny. Dude, this is what I sound like. Holy fuck.
Okay, but now, there's only one circumstance where I could see this making sense. When you say, if you show the logs, it could potentially be bad because it might implicate somebody, the only way that this argument makes sense is if the doc had a large number of victims. Because in my mind, the first thing I think of is like, okay, well, if you show the logs, Dr. District, he knows who he was talking to. They said they were a minor. Like, he's going to know if he gets unpartnered no matter what, obviously. But if somebody's saying, well, we can't let him know who it was, oh, that means that he was like sexting with multiple minors and he doesn't know which one was the one that turned him into Twitch. That's the only way that statement can make sense to me.
Sure, I didn't even consider that.
Okay, I'm supposed to take from this?
No, all I'm talking about is this specific
Nope, it's only one minor. We've confirmed it. We've concluded.
Case involving a singular minor. And then Doc has unrelated, as far as I am aware.
Well, then I don't, because Doc knows who the person was, right?
Yes, but the public doesn't. Nobody else does.
Yeah, but how is the public seeing a personal DM going to, like, clue them in? Like, do we have...
It is illegal to publicly show underage minors and their conversations.
There's no shot that's illegal. How? What?
Companies cannot divulge private information, especially in that case, to the public.
Somebody brought this up the other day. I'm sorry if I'm not hitting you here with like the source on this one. Somebody was saying that maybe potentially they were collecting data on minors this whole time, like, just regular Children Online Protective Agency, and then like if they disclosed how they found this information or something, it would have led to an investigation, and like if this went to court, they would find out that Twitch was collecting a shitload of information on minors. And that, like, it's not even related to Doc, it's not related to protecting them, it's not related to anything like that. It would be some, like, random hypothetical where Twitch would have to pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I guess that's possible, but I don't know if it's... I don't think that's credible.
It's
just a theory.
And not only that...
Slasher, I don't think what you're saying is true about not being able to divulge it. But also the thing that doesn't make the most sense here is you're saying that...
It is true, so it doesn't really...
What are you saying is true?
Wait, hold on. If two people are having text with each other, so like for instance, for that one girl that convinced that boy to kill himself, didn't we see all of their texts like published in the media? You're saying that was illegal, or? I
don't know what. I would have to look at how the text became public. Was it through one of the two parties that made the text public, or was it were the text subpoenaed in the case, and that is why
minors under the age of 18? No, so not age of 18, 13. Okay, so it wouldn't be this specific minor. The thing that the person said was that the data collection techniques that Twitch would use were collecting data on all of their people at the time, and that like if you found out this information, it might be like, oh, logically that means they're also collecting data from other minors. It wouldn't be this specific minor. And I guess this person could have been under 13 as well. But again, it's just someone's crackpot theory. I don't know. It was interesting to mention, though.
They became public. Those two things are very important here. But this is also a company overseeing two people's private messaging between each other.
So when you say illegal, do you mean civilly or criminally?
No, illegal always means criminally. What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? This is a company overseeing? How does that matter?
Tech companies can't show personal interactions and information publicly to begin with.
Well, wait, if they can't show it, probably as like part of their TOS or something, right? Or part of like the agreement that they've made with you. But I mean, like the FBI and people can subpoena companies, and people have posted emails that have been leaked before. Like it happens.
Yes, but that's still not from the company. You've never seen a tech company.
Dude, I'm just so like. if Slasher wanted this story out 4 years ago, am I crazy in saying there could have just been a pay spin? Like, I don't even necessarily know if he needs the information, right? If the bunch of journalists had, like, knowledge that this was happening, and Slasher was the one who had first-party sources, why couldn't somebody just whistleblow? Like, and then post, like, hey, here's a bunch of information we have about this, and then when people... Like, Slasher just retweets it on main and goes, wow, this looks really convincing. Or not even that. That would be too much. That could put him in trouble. Saying, like, I've heard whispers behind the scenes, and this is something that you should probably, you should probably consider this. Or something. Like, I've heard people say that this isn't just, like, speculation. If he didn't want the credit for being the guy who announced it, then, like, I feel like this is doable. I don't know, maybe I'm insane.
Published
Could he have not sent the story to a news outlet anonymously? Well, you'll hear later that he just didn't feel right doing it.
Between two different people.
Sure, but the company doesn't have to. It could be an outlet, right? The company wouldn't, because why the fuck would the company ever publish anything about it? But like a journalist could.
But how could a media company?
A journalist could.
Media company cannot.
How does a media company get information from a source? You're the journalist. You tell me. What do you mean? Of course, it happens all the time.
Media, from as far as I know, I do not know any instances of media getting conversations between two people and printing a private...
Guys, it's never happened in the history of media before. Never, chat. Nobody's ever done this. It's the first time.
A conversation between any...
This is so irrational. Media companies have never published DMs between two people before.
User, let alone in something, let alone conversation that involves a minor, which there is an extra layer of the legalness. Absolutely, to that. But I would think in general, in normal, that doesn't happen.
I mean, like, don't we literally have mainstream media people, like, publishing pics and personal information and private, like, look at the whole New York Post story, or sorry, go ahead.
Well, one person is publishing the information. Whoever either got the dick pic or sent it, or whoever's able to access the phone, or you have things like, hacking where people hack into other people's phones and then get,
Okay, so right now, so if I go and I screenshot my conversations with Nathan, and I put that conversation on screen, because my son is a minor, have I just committed a crime?
No, because they're not sexually explicit in nature.
You don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to
Okay, so he...
Does that make it there? Okay, I'm gonna go look for laws. I'm searching this up. Okay, let me get the worst search history ever for the FBI to look at my...
Dude, what a pivot. Yeah, that's like a grade A Destiny pivot, yeah.
Or in the piece, when this happens, Doc was reported to NCMEC, which is NCMEC,
Oh my god.
which is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
You knew that they reported him to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, but due to the sensitivity of the issue, you couldn't tell people why this guy was banned before he got to the fuck. Like, this is so painful for me. I don't understand the thought process. I could be convinced. I'm not married to this position, but fuck me, this is fucking painful.
Anytime that a situation happens where there is a trust and safety report within a tech company that involves a minor and is confirmed to involve a minor, that is sent to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and they work with law enforcement agencies all around the country to directly get themselves...
Dude, this just sounds so fucking bad to me, dude. I'm sorry. This is, like, painful to listen to.
Are you sure? Like, because, like, I know for...
Slasher sounds like evil flamenco. Even in the worst case scenario, wouldn't he still be good flamenco?
For instance, there's differences when you talk about like pictures and explicit like messages. Like I think that if the age of consent is like 16 in a state, like two 16-year-olds can like have sexually explicit messages with each other. But if they were to send pictures, that would become like a federal crime. But the messaging is okay in terms of the law there. So I don't know why publishing the messaging would be like illegal or against the rules. Also, it would depend on what also is meant by like sexually explicit material. Like for instance, let's say that there's a 17-year-old and she's got logs with the doctor. She's like, oh, we should meet at TwitchCon and go fuck. Does that count as like a sexually explicit message from the minor?
That is part, like the two differences are CSCA and CSAM. CSAM is the material. CSCA, which is this case, is still assault. But both are, whenever either happens, all of those cases are sent to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. CSAM, having the media, whether it's pictures or videos or whatever, that is more extreme. Those cases are taken even more seriously with...
Okay, so now we have evidence that there was no... I mean, we knew there was no CSAM because you can't send pictures. But people did say, well, you could put an Imgur link in there. But I mean, I feel like most people didn't expect there to be images exchanged.
Larger potential for a criminal action. CSCA, which is this case, the criminality portion is ambiguous. That part is true. Like, there's been no evidence of something criminal being applied in this case. However, I, as I wrote in the piece, do not have even knowledge of what the agreement exactly was and who or what is involved inside of the agreement. So I am unaware, like, if it goes to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Someone in chat just wrote see Sam. No, I can't see Sam.
They are directly involved with law enforcement around the country to then investigate. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But then afterwards,
you can't send pictures
Isn't
on
this
Twitch
Nicholas
Whispers?
DeOrio guy
No.
like one of those fucking
Can you? Am I wrong
fascist,
about that?
dudes too?
Dude, I mean, people always joked around saying that nobody will ever pick up a fucking girl on fucking Twitch Whispers or whatever, like joking about how there's like so many simps in there and all this stuff. And then like Doc just went out and like committed a fucking crime. That's crazy.
of what has potentially
Can I
happened,
say
there
something to
is
you,
no
Nick?
information.
I really like you.
I do not have
Why?
information after that. However, any case, even with the CSCA, not just CSAM, has to be reported to NCMEC automatically. This goes for all tech companies.
Oh, I want to fight, but I don't have enough information to deny what you're saying. So maybe. it
And
might
look,
be
you wouldn't, even in general, it should be that you don't want to see conversations for minors to try to like have to prove to you or anyone on the internet about how contextually this conversation is okay or not as bad or
wait, why? Hold on, what?
Or whatever. It shouldn't be completely necessary. I actually think from doing the report, like I put in the conversations for minors to try to like have to,
Oh, I want to fight, but I don't have enough information to deny what you're saying. So maybe. it
and
might
look,
be
you wouldn't even in general, it should be that you don't want to see conversations for minors to try to like have to prove to you or anyone on the internet about how contextually this conversation is okay or not as bad.
Wait, why?
Or whatever. It shouldn't be completely necessary. I actually think from doing the report, like I put in the report too, for example, that they were getting, because everything was happening early June in terms of the amount of sexual misconduct reports that were coming in. It was that Destiny 2 streamer, and then that snowballed into a ton of people. And then Twitch made a tweet rather, asking for people to send in tips and that they would work with law enforcement. It shouldn't be a surprise that 4 days late, like no one was able to put this together, which was so frustrating, at least a lot of people, that Doc got banned 4 days after.
Wait, hold on, no, Slasher, your whole argument is that you didn't want people to put it together to protect the victim. Why is it frustrating? Like, the previous argument, Slasher, is that you didn't want people to put it together so the fucking victim was safe, I thought. Wasn't that literally what you just said?
That tweet was made in the middle of where over 70 people had sexual misconduct allegations put towards them, that those two things should be related. But I mean,
sure, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that like if like let's say that the DMs were like some hardcore predator shit. Like let's say that it comes out that he had like let's say for instance tomorrow's story comes out.
And you
that
shouldn't
the
need
doc actually,
you know why you shouldn't need those?
6 different
You shouldn't need
15-year-olds at the
those,
last-
guys. You shouldn't have to see the evidence. You should just believe journalists. Except 4 years ago when we weren't going to we weren't going to tell anybody about it. We just weren't going to tell anybody about it because we didn't have the proof, chat. That's why. We wanted to protect the victim. So wait, are we believing journalists or do we need more to... what is your position, Doc? I don't understand.
UConn or YouTubeCon or MineCon or whatever I don't know, some convention for YouTubers, right? And then let's say that as a part of that court case, or let's say that as a part of somebody leaking to the media, you find out that the reason why the doc got departnered from Twitch was because he had messaged over 30 different minors on the platform, and that some of the logs being posted were things like the doc going like, "Hey, little girl, like, what do you guys do at recess? Why don't you take pictures of your whatever, blah blah blah? Like, oh, you're only 15." Like,
this drama sucks because everyone's doing speculation. It's cancer. Okay, let me make this really easy on you in case you're like really struggling here. Okay. Doc messaged a minor sexually. The minor is this is speculation, okay? Probably not 17. And it doesn't really matter if the minor was 17 because Doc himself is 34 years old. There were no messages, no images exchanged. That's basically confirmed. And Twitch held on to this information for 4 consecutive years without disclosing it publicly while he went on to become a mega talent. Those are the facts of the situation. It's really bad. That's really bad. I'm sorry. That's crazy to me.
If you see shit like that, the first thing I would think is like, okay, well, damn, if Twitch would have been more honest about why they banned him, then the 5 or so girls that all got like statutorily probably would have been safer because nobody would have allowed Doc to have that platform. That's what I would think, right? But
yes. But from what I understand, this is just this individual case. Like this report about him getting banned was for this individual case. There may be more additional reports, but I am not aware of additional reports. Okay, just want to get that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's one person, so that helps a little bit. But again, I think the aggressiveness of his messages, I think also a little bit, but you know.
It's not that like Twitch, as I was explaining, they created a an incident response team early on named Gold Sparrow.
Dude, imagine naming your pedo hunting task force Gold Sparrow. Deploy Gold Sparrow. We have received DMs about Onision.
Internally, that was their code name to try to handle all the sexual misconduct allegations. They said that we want to provide a process now to investigations quicker and with more resources while providing as much support for the victims.
So gay, dude. That's like the most gaming bullshit shit I ever heard.
As possible. And they also created an OSIT, which was to investigate team for reports offsite misconduct by creators. So they did create both of these things internally. The fact that we didn't get information and no one had known anything until Cody just said, fuck it, we'll do it live, and made a tweet, an ambiguous tweet last week. The fact that we didn't know anything means Twitch did a good job.
I'm so mad. I'm so fucking seething. I don't think I've ever been seething this hard on stream before. I'm like so fucking mad listening to this idiot talk. Holy shit, dude. Listen, alright? If you're gonna rug pull somebody or perform some kind of scam, you better hope this guy is fucking the journalist leading the charge on your case. This guy's letting you go, dude. Holy fuck.
You can criticize Twitch and say, well, if they told people, one, it would be an understanding of what was happening, and two, they could potentially save other potential victims from things happening. And I do understand that sentiment, but their obligation is to the specific alleged victim in this case.
And yet here we are. We know nothing about the victim, and and a random employee who was trying to sell concert tickets figured out the cheat code so that you could still take out Doc without disclosing that. I'm just so mad.
Like they can only handle what they have control of and what they are.
They have the evidence, by the way. They can only handle what they can. They literally have the evidence.
For investigating and what they are working towards. So their responsibility is to protect the victims that were reported through Twitch and the victims that are involved in Twitch. Like, it's not just Doc.
They should have the moral obligation to do something for the greater good here. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe this is some fundamental thing that I disagree with other people on, but nah, bro. Fuck that. I'm sorry. This is crazy.
There have been, all those other cases, there were many other people permanently banned. We have never heard from Twitch on any of those other situations. The only reason that we know from any of them, as you did, like, a 2-week-long stream going over allegations, is that most of the time, women were to write tweet longers and Twitter posts or talk to the media telling about, like, XYZ in different allegations. Those are the only reasons we know. But in all the other cases, and including those specifically, Twitch has never said anything. Twitch has never commented on Method Josh, ever. They've never spoken about Method Josh.
I don't know who that is. What did he do?
That has never been a thing that you will ever hear about. But you know and understand.
Yeah, but Twitch did comment on Dr. Disrespect. They said that aliens invaded, downplaying the severity of a really fucked up situation without anyone knowing. It's just so disgusting. It's like blood boiling to listen to.
What happened there, because the victim in that case spoke out, and you have context to what is happening. But Twitch's responsibility ultimately will always be on the victim and to try to do what they can. And specifically in this case, because it involved a minor, having it always be as anonymous as possible and their safety was their primary importance.
And yet it was anonymous, and here we are.
You can say all of this, but like Twitch could have literally just said, like, we've terminated the contract with Dr. Disrespect because we found out that he was engaged in, like, illicit sexual contact with underage people. Like, I don't know how that statement endangers the victim. Like, Doc already knows that personally. He knows 100% why his contract was terminated. So I don't know how that...
If they give the specifics here, then they're obligated to give specifics on many other...
Dude, what a cop-out, bro. What a fucking cop-out.
Very delicate, strong situations.
Yeah, if that happened with other cases where people didn't know, they should disclose that too, Slasher. Yeah, journalists. Holy shit.
Wait, why? No, they're not.
Is it completely necessary that...
Yes!
That Twitch or another tech company is responsible for giving specifics, especially in a case like
yes!
like this?
Especially in a case like this.
Completely necessary? I mean, like, probably not necessary. It's just, like, nice for, like, the public safety, I guess. But they're just...
It's just probably nice for public safety. Slasher, what do you say? You've been handed a fucking lob.
Depends on, like I said, the moral culpability of a company for cutting somebody off, because it would be very easy and I think very quick to turn the lens around and say that Twitch isn't acting out of the best interest for the minor, and
They're acting out of the best interest for
Dr.
themselves.
Disrespect. Twitch is actually just looking out for itself.
Yes!
The idea of national headlines going major partnered contract worker from Twitch, Dr. Disrespect, was DMing other minors on the platform through Twitch's Whispers product to elicit a sexual encounter with her at the next Twitch convention, right? It's pretty easy to look at that and go like, oh, no wonder Twitch doesn't want to talk about this publicly. It makes them look bad because it's literally a contract using their platform to a minor at their event. Yeah, obviously, right? So I don't know, this whole framing of like, oh no, Twitch is doing it just to protect minor. I think that's bullshit.
Don't you think you're being a little bit too cynical here?
No! I hate this guy, dude.
Wait, hold on, wait, hold on. Don't do the Hassan strategy. You're just like using an adjective. What part of that analysis do you think was unfair? When you ask me, am I being cynical by saying that a subsidiary of one of the largest companies in the world, Amazon, by market capitalization, is looking out for the valuation of that company? Am I being cynical? No, I think I'm being pretty pragmatic.
No, yes. That part I don't disagree with. It's the aspect of, I don't think it is Twitch's responsibility. I don't even think because it involves a minor in this case, they can legally even say what that...
Oh, we're back on legal again. We were talking about fuck me, dude. I hate this so much. Destiny's got me here. I don't think they can legally even say anything. Thanks.
Hypothetical statement giving out. I don't think
you literally can't make a statement whatsoever? I'm just thinking of all, if this is what you're saying, I'm thinking of like all the ways that I could like abuse this. Like I'm thinking of like, okay.
Oh shit. Oh god.
I'm going to go on Twitch and I want to murder somebody. I'm always going to bring a 17-year-old with me and I'm always going to be like trying to buy assassins. But like every time I do an assassination thing, I'm going to tell this everyone, hey, just like say like a sexual message to this guy so that if any of this like gets discovered by Twitch, they can't publish any of it because look, there was a minor involved. Yeah, I was trying to hire hitmen to murder people, but look, there's a minor. Now you can't say or publish anything about it. Like this sounds like the dumbest cheat code in the world. There's no way that this is how it works. It can't be that way.
It's not.
You don't see tech companies commenting on it.
Wait, that's right.
Oh my god. He's 100% right. He's 100% right. I'm not even trying to circle jerk here. He's 100% right. This is infuriating. Holy fuck, dude.
Well, if they're terms of service,
yeah, and they don't
do it or not, and they can get sued.
They also don't comment on it because it doesn't serve their interest. Why the fuck would they say anything? It's not that they're not saying. It would just be bad for them. Like there was one company that spoke about a specific ban. I think it was Patreon when it came to Lauren Southern getting banned for that Mediterranean Sea shit. They decided to come out publicly and say something because a lot of people were getting randomly banned, and they got completely shit on for saying.
Dude, hold on, wait. I gotta show you this. He was. Dude, if they just said one time why someone got banned, then they'd have to say it forever. Here's Twitch saying they banned Donald Trump. Specifically, the president's statements are calls to action. We're taking this action to remove potential harm from our community and the general public. Twitch has clear rules that prohibit. Dude, when it's like when it's like socially okay and they'll get brownie points on the internet, they'll make a whole specific message explaining why they've banned the sitting president, or was it the former president of the United States, okay? But if they just happen to fucking accidentally just blurt out the fact that Doc was interacting like negatively around minors and stuff like that. Oh, that's a whole precedent that they're setting. Are they gonna have to do that in the future? Should they really? They ought not do that. Cool.
Anything for it. And they tried to do the full transparency thing. I think that's why companies don't do transparency because it literally doesn't do anything positive for them whatsoever. It's just a bunch of negative PR, negative press, like negative sentiment, like it's just horrible for them. So they're just like, oh, I won't say anything.
What positive things happen by Twitch going out and saying anything at all about this? It's literally all negative for them. It's much better for them.
It's obviously that Twitch is either dude, because you know why? It's because the messages were from 2017 and they found out 3 years later. That's why. Okay? And if it wasn't reported until 2020, that's not really a big deal, but it's an optics disaster. Because this guy was doing this 3 years prior to them actually explode. I think it might just be as simple as that, chat.
Worse. Not only was Guy being able to rehabilitate his career after the initial ban, but he got bigger than ever. And his stream became bigger than ever.
Wait. You think that Doc got bigger after his Twitch ban?
Yes, I do. I think they ended up confirming this after, but he did the 49ers thing and like he was working with NFL teams. He had like A-list celebrity ads even after. Right? He had the 49ers in 2022, 2 years after the ban. His platform on YouTube was fucking huge. His comeback on YouTube was fucking huge. The only issue is that he couldn't play Warzone with his friends. He was still I mean, like, look at all the companies that dropped him. Obviously not A-list fucking sponsors, other than like the 49ers that I know of, but I know that he got dropped from like Turtle Beach. He got dropped from Did G Fuel drop him on this? I imagine. Like, he lost a bunch of sponsors in the last week or so. All of his code stopped working on all the sites that I've seen.
I mean, he had a ton of limitations because he couldn't play with people. But I would argue,
hold on. I thought wasn't Dr. Disrespect on the? I'm sorry, not even on the verge of. Wasn't he getting like A-list sponsors when he was on Twitch, like sponsored by Gillette, and like doing like major events? I think didn't PUBG or whatever one of those major things try to make him like the fucking face? He was getting invited to all these fucking tournaments. I'm pretty sure a lot of that died off after the Twitch contract.
Like, I'm pretty sure I bought my. Did I buy
the...
my Scuff controller? That's Dr. Disrespect after. I know he had been working with them for a while. Did I buy that after or before? I genuinely have no idea.
He's the San Francisco 49ers. He was in the new 2K game. I mean, I felt like he...
Yeah, he was in the new 2K game. Bro, the NBA 2K had to remove Dr. Disrespect from their roster.
Did rather...
Like, in the next update, he's still in the game.
Well, maybe not bigger, but at least I would think on par. And through a lot of that time, the discussion absolutely turned against Twitch in terms of, like, public opinion, even more so that probably was just Twitch screwing him over. So I don't know if really staying quiet helped them. It felt like it hurt even more than what would ever have happened and people not believing them.
But you're saying that it's illegal, that even if they wanted to say something, that there's a law that prevents this from happening, some law.
I know that when it involves a minor, again, it is sent to National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They work with law enforcement agencies to investigate. No, it's both. Yes. It is both. It is
anything that CCM or anything that's
apparently the 49ers thing was after Twitch.
Yep.
CSEA. No, it has to be CSEA, which is the non-media version of CSAM, and CSAM both get sent automatically.
Okay. So a reporting agency, which is the tech company in this case, when they...
Dude, I'm so mad this guy went on the one stream that I don't have the clout to just throw myself on.
send that type of stuff in, which they...
He couldn't have called into, like, Lyrix's live or, like, Tom's live.
That basically goes to that clearinghouse as you're talking about there, but that does not mean that the tech company can't release redacted text logs of anything going in there. It's not the case. Now, if the doc had like naked photos of a teenager, then definitely they can't release that. That's going to be against the law, because then they're publishing content that's actually illegal. But as far as just pushing out the logs or saying what happened, that would typically, the reason that they wouldn't do that would just because they'd be afraid of getting sued by doc, because their terms of service probably says that any information that you gives us stays with us, things along those lines. But definitely not like, if we publish your shit, we're going to jail, we're doing something criminal. Like right now, Gmail wanted to, they could go and they could publish your emails.
But they never...
horrendous for them, but they could do it.
You'll never see a tech company publish private correspondence between two users. Forget being the extra stuffness of there being a minor involved.
Well, hold on. No, wait. To be clear, that's not true.
It's so hard to listen to Slasher. Again, I have to stress this like 50 times. I don't hold him to the same standard that I hold Twitch to. I think Twitch dropped the ball here. But it also makes me like insane to hear him say that Twitch did a good job, because if this guy was in any position where he could have done more than he already could have, he absolutely wouldn't have done it. He thinks this was a job well done. He thinks this was a successful op, okay? They have 100% done exactly what they were looking out for. Dude, you can confirm it right now. There's no way we ever would have found out this guy's fucking ban reason at all unless somebody leaked it. There was never any intention to come forward with this story. It's been 4 years. Nobody was going to expose this guy unless that random employee said that shit.
There was a major tech company, one of the largest social media companies in the world, published emails between employees when Twitter did it with the Twitter files, no?
Did he... You can do things with subpoenas and FOIA requests.
That wasn't subpoenas. Those are just journalists covering their shit. They're just journalists.
Like Elon Musk giving them access to the shit.
Or was it Elon just giving them everything?
Yep.
Yeah. Now you could argue that those were like on emails on business accounts.
Why don't you ask Elon to buy Twitch? Obviously, he has the money, and then he could just send out everyone's information.
Dude, what a good answer, dude. What a real insightful answer from the journalist.
That's pretty much how you're gonna.
I don't know.
I've never heard a journalist argue all the reasons why something shouldn't come out like this. It's usually the other way around. It's like the journalistic integrity to come forward and actually, like, I don't know, do some sort of good here. Like if a company is dropping the ball like this, I don't know. I guess I don't know what a journalist is. All right, because I feel like you have to have some form of integrity if you're gonna give yourself that stupid position. This guy sounds like a YouTuber. This guy sounds like someone like me. Like, I'm thinking for myself in most of these types of situations. I'm not thinking of the better of everybody else. I just assume that was something journalists do.
Well, seems like an exception here.
What did you want to have happen in this situation? When we started there, what do you think?
I really think after
Oh,
seeing this
God.
back now for 4 years that Twitch never revealing anything and all of this only happening because of Cody's tweet, they did a good job.
He's totally okay with us never finding out that this guy was predatory. He's like, oh, like that's. I mean, how else am I supposed to perceive this? I can't think of any other solution here. He's totally satisfied with us not finding out more information.
I really feel like the people that were working on this case, that were interacting with the victim,
This guy is insane. Yeah, he's nuts.
that handled the punishment and that in the aftermath, they never spoke to me on the record. These people I have been talking.
And it's like, I thought that they had one back and forth, and he had somebody saying like, hey, if this goes bad, I'm not going to help you. All right, you can't publish this yet. But it turns out he's at least claiming here that he was just being given, he was just being updated. Like, he was constantly getting a feedback loop of learning more information about this for years.
And that in the aftermath, they never spoke to me on the record. These people I have been talking to or around primary sources for years never agreed to speak on the record. It has been consistent that the only thing that I've been told many dozens of times over and over, their priority is to protect the victim. I know it sounds probably cheesy or bullshit or whatever, but that is really what I was told so many times about why they would not talk to me.
No. Why was Dr. Disrespect paid out from his contract then?
That's a good question.
guys, I'm glazing Twitch's nuts. I'm licking on their fucking sacks right now, dude. Okay? And then he's like, yeah, but why did they pay the guy? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, that's a pretty good question.
It is. I'm not saying that that's not a bad question. I do not have details on the case specifically.
I want to say this guy's just a YouTuber, but he's not a YouTuber.
Do you think that they paid him out from his contract because it was part of an NDA that the doc would have agreed to? Like, well, fine, I won't say anything about this to anybody. I won't mention anything to anybody as long as you like settle with me like on this contract here, like pay me up through this, or at least like make me right on this.
I have been advised not to speculate.
Oh, now we're not speculating. Hey guys, Doc might have been arrested last night, but golly gee, we're not speculating anymore. Not on that one.
Like, actually,
I've been advised not to speculate. Why? Are you worried that Twitch is going to sue you?
Rolling Stone had to hold like a whole meeting with me. I was like, all right.
Rolling Stone had to have a whole meeting with me so I don't come on and fucking disclose, dude. I'm a discloser.
Shit you should not say while you're on podcast. Okay. When people usually get sued, it's not because of the reporting, it's because of dumb shit you say.
Like, he's so socially aware to know that he's fucking this up right now.
On a stream. I've already done that now a few times. I'm trying to...
And he's like acknowledging it, dude.
Trying.
He's disclosing.
But that's another thing we should really talk about after we get before we finish this call, because that's an interesting part.
I can't tell if Slasher is the best journalist ever or the worst journalist ever. Like, he's really bad because he's like totally retarded, but he's also really good because if you press him enough, he'll just give you all the information because he's stupid.
Discussed it 2 days ago. I wish you came on for that, but
actually, but I would just say I don't know. It is very possible that there is an NDA, and there is very possible there are some extra circumstances here. All I know is that there are other cases like Wes Moonves had allegations of sexual misconduct when he was running CBS, and he was ousted, but he still got his $30 million payout, even though it was ousted. I don't know if the circumstances are the same, but there could very well just be, you know.
Do you know if anything relating to this doc stuff, did any of it actually go to court?
Unaware.
Okay. Would civil suits have to be filed publicly somewhere, or I mean, it could have been done in arbitration as well outside.
I have filed requests in every single major San Diego, Los Angeles, Southern.
Dude, did this ever go to court? Yeah, I filed requests in every single major San Diego law firm. Not firm. Yeah, okay, like database and stuff. Okay, yeah, sure. Hey, do you know if Doc's getting arrested? I read something on Twitter that says he might have been arrested, and I think it's credible because it's really hard to fumble the neighborhood app, but it's not credible at this time. But it's just a big rumor.
California courthouse. So have other reporters, like from Washington Post back then, Bloomberg, Cecilia, who did all her.
Well, wait, hold on. Well, what you should do is
nothing's ever been found.
Wait, hold on. Those requests. What you should do is grab somebody that has a Twitch partner contract. In that Twitch partner contract, I guarantee you there's an arbitration clause. That arbitration has probably been relegated to some third party that you could contact for them and see if they have a comment on it, right? Like if it's guaranteed to be arbitrated by XYZ company or XYZ whatever, then like you shoot an email to those people, see if they release any details about that.
No, they do not have no details. The only people who would have details
they don't have any details. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't know.
Are still declining to comment.
Oh, so there are details and they're still okay.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of
the
those
only people who have specific details on what the
dudes,
legal agreement entails and why it was done that way are still not speaking.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Slide.
Everyone else is a second.
Can you just give us some names that we could just pester them, just a little bit? Like, is there any way? Like, can we bully you enough to give us the names?
Hand source. Cody, for example, was never a primary source. Okay, Cody
was never a primary source. So to all the assholes on my fucking Twitter feed right now, writing me going, "Oh, don't you think that Slasher is less credible than someone who actually worked at Twitch?" I don't know what Cody did. For all I know, he fucking swept the toilets, alright? He swept the floor, unclogged the drains in Twitch. I had no reason to believe this guy had an actual fucking source the entire time. Okay? So, Cody, a guy who did not have a primary source, successfully blew up Dr. Disrespect. There it is. We've got confirmation that a guy who literally had nothing to work with, other than the fact that he once worked in the same building as guys who might know, broke this story.
Person was always a secondhand person to gain knowledge from somebody else.
Are you saying he didn't have firsthand of this? Wasn't he head of partnerships at Twitch?
It doesn't matter.
So he didn't know then, for sure. He had no idea. No first.
So trust and safety is going to be separate. Trust and safety is going to be separate.
But you're saying that he didn't talk to this guy or see the stuff for himself.
No. Cody, the second-hand source.
That's a big statement to me.
Jesus, dude, you're disclosing again. I was just talking out my ass. I didn't even know that.
I think he might say that I know for goddamn sure I bet my life that this happened.
Well, we have okay for structure of Twitch 1, trust and safety is completely separate. So it's possible they separate. And then number two,
it's separate if he saw it himself from someone in trust and safety. I'm not saying if his physician does it. Did he know for sure this happened?
Dan, you can't see it unless you are working in trust and safety and/or law enforcement and/or investigations within Twitch.
Well, no, because what Dan is saying is that it's possible that if you have friends in trust and safety, depending on how many people in trust and safety saw it, it could have absolutely been like so many partnerships. I know for a fact that happens 100%. But if it's a special enough partner and the report comes through the correct channel, it might be just one guy. At least I used to know, it might have been just one dude that saw that report, and he took it straight to legal or straight to the individual that was responsible for negotiating contracts with Dr. Disrespect, which is why it didn't get seen by a whole bunch of others. That's possible. I'm saying there are avenues where it could have been seen by a lot more people, and there's avenues where it could have been seen by literally like 5 people. It's possible.
Yes, I can say it was a very limited amount of people who had access to the internal documentation.
If only we had one single person who had like a first-party source of someone who had access to the information directly 4 years ago that could have released a statement.
And this case, and they do also log internally who is viewing it. Not even just making any changes, but Amazon does and Twitch tracks who not only has access, but who is at what time, like it's time-stamped, and you can see what happens. So no, Cody specifically did not have access. And the amount of people who did is what made this thing drag on. It's what made it be private this entire time. Because the only limited amount of people who are primary sources through this entire time had declined to comment. It only changed when Cody made a tweet, and then I and a few other people were sent a document. The document being his internal report within trust and safety.
And there were more people that got the internal trust and safety report than him. He's just like outing other journalists right now. Obviously not naming them, but now there's other people who fumbled the bag.
Someone, I do not know who, I was not able to verify who sent me the document, but I did authenticate the document with several other ex-trust and safety Twitch employees that it was real. That is only, once those two things happened, that was the only reason why primary sources now spoke up. 3 for Cecilia's report in Bloomberg.
So all it took was the story going public, and then you had people ready to sing? Like, do you understand my frustration here?
First confirmed.
I don't think he does. I don't think he understands why anyone would be frustrated with this this revelation that he has
that
for
things
us.
Were correct and real, and that Cody, to corroborate Cody's tweet, and then my report to corroborate Cecilia's, and then give more information. Also, just want to say, Cody's tweet was just ambiguous. It didn't name anybody. It wasn't specific towards any person. My tweet also, to reply, wasn't specific towards any person.
You literally said he was done, not just on Twitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I did. We did a show, and I said the reason that, well, what I heard in Rust was the reason that Doc got banned was he was texting with minors using the Twitch DM product. I said that 2 months before Cody. So it's weird. People in Rust had that information. Maybe I was playing with the Twitch Safety Council.
Well, I mean, like, Cody tweeting it is obviously a bigger deal because Cody's a fucking...
No, I'm just saying that, like, it was out there, People knew. Listen, I want to switch topics a little quick.
Come on.
Dan, come on, bro. Wait.
Bro, come on. I mean, the whole reason this all happened is because I made a tweet 4 years ago saying I knew. Yeah, like, I had known and be investigated. So all of the information that came out last week, things that I had known a day or two after when I made the impulsive bad tweeting decision to begin with. I never lied in that tweet, as I mentioned.
This is a good thing for you.
It was a bad decision to make. I should have never made that tweet. That tweet is incredible.
You did the wrong direction. not only did you make that tweet, you should have come out and you should have said what you knew. And
Yes, Dan, bro. Yes, dude, you're apologizing the wrong way.
And that we were talking about this on our show
that doesn't make
2
any
days
sense.
ago.
No, it makes perfect sense, dude.
It's your make or break moment is how I feel about it. Not knowing anything about journalism.
If I break the moment, then I get sued. One, by Amazon.
Okay, and you admit it. It's not about the fucking victim. He gets mad. He spurts it out. Okay, it's 100% self-preservation. I'm not blaming him for that, but that's really definitely the reason, dude.
Legal tech company in the world, and then sued again by CAA, who has represented Dr.
Twitch comes out going, "How dare you report that we had a fucking minor being exploited on our platform?" Yeah, that wouldn't be a fucking optics disaster to fucking sue Rod for that. I'm sure he wouldn't be able to crowdfund towards that lawsuit.
Disrespect for the last 3.5 years, the most litigious talent agency in the world. So yes, wait, stop talking for a second. To also do it on Twitter without having the backing of a publication. There's a reason my report only now was going through Rolling Stone, because they have legal representation for me if anything were to happen to my reporting.
God, if this guy keeps going on streams, Rolling Stone is going to regret this.
There's lawyers over there. I have indemnity for the story. You don't get that when you just tweet and I have nobody to represent me in that way. That was a huge portion of not being able to publish anything then, is because like Cecilia getting her report through Bloomberg is 1,000 times more impactful. That's why when her report came out and people were saying, oh, this is just rehashing what we read on Twitter. Yeah, no shit, it doesn't matter. Her reporting through Bloomberg had to go through a long list of lawyers and legal teams and fact checkers who had to look over and make sure everything is 100% on board. That is so much different than just making a tweet.
Dude, I can't believe that Cody was able to get this Bloomberg article out just by trying to sell concert tickets. Dude, he literally got this Bloomberg article. He created this all in a week, and it's just so funny that this fucking guy was presented with more information than the fucking concert man was 4 years ago.
I need to get like media literacy. This part is very important. No, I could not just tweet. No, the mistake was
media literacy, dude. That's the perfect example when you have nothing to argue. Media literacy.
Saying that I knew and I could not say. That was a fucking dumb decision. That was a dumb fucking tweet. That part is right. This extra layer you're saying is totally misguided and incorrect.
All right, so now I'm going to talk. So one, you could have done it, okay? First off, there's pretty good journalist protections in this country where you can't force journalists to go and reveal their sources. So it doesn't matter. You said you knew. You knew firsthand, hand to God, that this guy who told you works for Twitch safety said, this is why it happened. He told it to you. That's a source. He's saying, I'm not going on record. He doesn't need to go on record. You've now heard this. You can now go, this is what I have heard. I'm not publishing my source. That's the end of the day. What do you think? They're going to sue a journalist and somehow magically get you to review your to reveal your sources? When's the last time that happened?
Unfortunately, a bunch.
Unfortunately, that's happened to you a bunch of times. Nice. Cool.
I'm a journalist revealing their sources. I want to know. And also, by the way, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to go through discovery. And that is the truth, by the way. So they're going to go out there and what? They're going to sue you for telling the truth?
Now, the discovery part would be a huge issue for him. He probably would not want to do that. And that
probably wouldn't have sued
okay. Yeah, he wouldn't want to go through discovery. Good. Yeah, okay. Why might he want to... I can't even speak. Why might he not want to do that?
He wouldn't have been out on YouTube for a few years.
Look, man,
he would be a famous journalist doing crazy shit.
I don't have money bags like Destiny here, okay? I could not
anything.
doing it. You are so naive. Okay?
You are so naive.
What am I missing? What am I missing? What part am I missing?
And not make allegations like that. People doing that on YouTube and shit, like, and just random people on Twitter, is so irresponsible. No, you cannot just be...
They were never going to tell us. There's gotta be some difference between just making an allegation willy-nilly and then protecting a guy for years. There has to be a middle ground, okay? You have a primary source.
If
making
I'm a
allegations on the record like that towards someone.
Okay, if I'm a journalist and I'm meeting with the COO of some major company and they're like, listen, the CEO does fucking drugs every day. Look at this shit. Yeah, this is fucking crazy. Watch this video. He does drugs every day. And he fucking beat this person and raped this person. Anyways, I can't give you a copy of this, but I just wanted to show it to you. You know what? I'm running the story. Absolutely. You know why? Because that's a make or break moment for you forever.
Video. And guess what? They're documented.
You didn't keep it. You didn't keep it. You saw it. You said you knew.
No documents have existed until...
So you didn't know then. You were just you had a hunch and they told you, hey, this is why the doc was banned, but you didn't trust the guy?
No, I had so many secondhand sources and not enough no primary source willing to go on the
Now
record.
it's no.
Okay?
Oh, I had no primary source willing to go on the record. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly what Dan said. You had a primary source then. Got it. Cool.
You had primary sources, but they wouldn't go on the record.
To go and speak and confirm something on the record is so hard. I can't.
and you don't need it.
Why don't you go become like a fucking pet store owner or something? Dude, I'm so fucking sad for you.
You need it. You fucking need it.
Really? So there's never been any major stories where they don't list their source? That's weird.
Even making my source anonymous has rubbed people the wrong way because they feel like they should go on the record. And I am a pretty strong opinion that people should go on the record. But in this case, yeah, there is extreme fear for retribution against their careers or personal lives. That's why all of this.
Dude, if there's fucking fear for career retribution from Twitch for telling people there was a fucking predator in their fucking midst, okay? People need to know about that. That's important. This needs to go back on Twitch. There needs to be a fucking investigation. Amazon has to like get involved and figure out what's happening in their company. This is a huge story, dude. Sounds like we need a journalist.
We're seeing in the Verge report, in Cecilia's Bloomberg report, and my report have all been anonymous.
Career retribution for leaking the fact that a fucking
Like some sort of like people who had whistles and they wanted to blow them and had protection and not get over like that. That would have been like the sickest shit. You should have ran with it. You would have been okay.
No, what I should have done is never said anything to begin with. I should have never tweeted.
That's not the right answer, Rod. That's not the right answer.
That was my up. You should not be telling people that you know something that you can't say it. One, it just pisses everybody off. And two, journalistically, you shouldn't be doing that because if you actually have everything you need, then you should be working on printing the story and releasing the information, not just like fucking
promoting it like a YouTuber. Yes, because you're no different than any of us, the people that you scoff at. Yes.
Pros and cons here. Pros and cons, right? So if you did go out there and said that, here are the pros that have happened. Doc wouldn't have gone on to, for 5 more years, get more popular, maybe do more damage to other people. That's number one. Number two, that would have solidified your place as one of the most game-breaking, huge pieces of information broken directly by you, solidifying your spot as like a massive journalist at that point right there, instead of like disappearing for 3 months. Thirdly, no one would have sued you because guess what? It was the truth. And you knew it was the truth because you talked firsthand, apparently, to these people, but they just weren't going to go on the record. So you had people that you trusted saying, this is why I got banned, but you're not going to get me saying it, writing it down anywhere. Like, you knew. You could have done it. You could have gone out there and done it. But it was. I mean, you were scared, I guess, of getting sued. But I think that was not worth it to you. I think you should have gone harder.
Okay,
dude, I love Dan now. Holy shit, I never even heard this part.
And said it.
I appreciate that. Would have been great. Okay, totally hear you. You can't just brush aside not getting sued, especially considering the two representations of the two companies here. Two, with all due respect, Dan, I was doing fine pre-Dr. Disrespect. Top of conversation. And continued not as much, been on mainstream TV quite a bit to represent this entire industry, and you could criticize me and what I say on there and what I've done, but I'm the only person that has ever done that. When I disappeared, it's not like anyone took my spot to represent like the people. No, it's just me, okay? So I didn't need this entire situation.
Dude, fuck the big three, dude. It's just big me.
To hang over my head. The reason I disappeared was because I made a stupid tweet. I lost my reputation. Everyone thought I lied. I pretty much lost my career. It was really depressing.
Dude, you shouldn't get it back for this. I don't think he should get it back.
Every single time I want to do a Valorant talk show or talk about Counter-Strike or fighting games or other esports, that is what I really actually care about, and the entire chat and every single
God, that's a low
reply and every DM is you're a fucking liar, Jew insult.
Oh no, guys! Did you guys know? I didn't even know he was Jew. Oh god, guys! Did you hear that there was fucking anti-Semitism about the Dr. Disrespect stuff? Feel bad for me. There was anti-Semitism.
You did this for clout. You only did this for clout. You're only big because of Doc, and what happened to Doc is like every single day. So yeah, that was really depressing. On top of some personal stuff, including me getting divorced after.
Oh, he got divorced, guys. This guy sounds like Boogie when he's telling people why he did a crypto scam. God, my cancer, it's so bad. I had to steal from my audience. God, I got divorced. It's so bad. I had to tease the biggest story on Twitch ever and then let it just fly by for 4 years and then not say anything.
10 years, which nobody really knows about. Those two things made me leave the internet. Yeah, fucking really goddamn annoying, all right? It was self-inflicted by my, again, stupid tweet of making it seem like I did not know what I was talking.
God, dude, if you're ever going to commit a huge crime, you're ever going to do a war crime overseas, Obviously, Slasher wouldn't cover that because he wants to cover Street Fighter. He's not like doing anything real. Yeah, dude, make sure like you got Slasher looking behind you. If Slasher's investigating your war crime, you're gonna get away with it.
About, I mean, Destiny can probably, hopefully, vouch for my tweet.
Oh
being
man!
I wasn't just in bullshitting people.
Vouch for me, Destiny. Vouch for me. Oh. You think he lost so many brownie points for coming on the stream after talking to Hassan?
Tweet, but I was truthful and I was
honest. Do you think the
Hassan
fans are like better?
It was just really
the completionist. Dude, imagine if Slasher was here for the completionist drama. Bro, if Mutahar and imagine if we take Mutahar and Carl out of the equation, and Slasher is in charge of investigating the completionist saga. We literally never would have caught that guy. It wouldn't have happened.
But that thing ended up ruining my rep. And I've been trying to fix it and address it while getting the truth out and navigating all the other stuff, the media portion, the legal portion, the people getting sourced on record. Like, it's all very important in terms of all of this coming together. Like, there's a lot of moving parts that all had to happen for it to really be accurately out there.
Oh man!
But I mean, Steven, am I lying
about what in particular?
This entire thing and my initial tweet and knowing but not being able to get it over the line.
I mean, what do you...
Yeah, it's Slasher. I know where the money is, but I can't say where it is, but I know it's still around.
And what do you want me to say about that?
I mean, I spoke to you long.
I know, I remember very well, but I don't know what you want me to say about that. I would say you're probably not lying based on, that. I don't know what you want me to say.
Wait, so you can... Wait, so this guy's like, dude, I gotta protect the victim's fucking... Wait, whoa, wait.
I mean, what do you want?
Knowing... but not being able to get it over the line.
I mean, what do you want me to say about that?
I mean, I spoke to you long.
I know, I remember very well, but I don't know what you want me to say about that. I would say you're probably not lying based on, that.
Wait, so he just disclosed to Destiny all of this shit years ago? He just called Destiny. He's like, listen, I really care about the victim here. It has nothing to do with me getting sued, but yeah, I really care about the victim, and I just gotta tell you what Doc did privately.
Fascist dudes too.
Am I fucking like smoking crack right now? Are you kidding? And this is what he thought would, like, he could bring up to make himself look better. Is, hey, I actually disclosed this, like, a long time ago. Like, do you think anyone who's watching this guy, judging his journalistic integrity, is going to hear him saying, yeah, he just told Destiny privately years ago, and that's somehow good?
I don't know what you want me to say, but yeah.
I mean, part of your community still thinks I'm full of shit, okay? They still think I lied.
No, to be clear, no one here thinks you lied. Everyone here thinks you knew.
Well,
fucking dead to rights. No.
And now, yeah, this is the part where he starts deflecting. The main criticism is you knew and didn't do anything with that information. Now he's like, people are saying that I lied, that I didn't really know. Oh, God. They're saying that I lied. My credibility as a journalist is destroyed now. Oh, these guys were coming after me for a while. It's like, fuck off.
You're wrong. You can just stop talking. Everyone here knows that you know, and that they know that you've known since day one, but that you wouldn't get someone on record so you didn't say anything. Like,
it's not the Jew voice, it's the garbage goober voice. Chill, son, chill.
You went out and you said, hey, I know why, and he's done, not just on Twitch. You don't say that as a JK when you're a journalist as respected as you are.
I didn't say that, by the way. Your best example was something that I did not say.
Done and not just on Twitch?
That's Shannon. Okay,
whatever.
That is Sacriel's wife, okay? Big distinction. I'm just saying, if you one example you want to use,
my fault.
The thing that I did not say.
One thing to try and fucking nail me on this one thing. You knew for sure. I think everyone in DGG knows that you knew for sure.
Okay? Even Destiny the chat doesn't know. That was Shannon's tweet, okay? That was Shannon's tweet, all right?
Dude, he just got one guide in Destiny's chat while he's talking to 3 people. This is insane.
And not just on Twitch. That was Shannon. That was not me.
Okay, again, everyone thinks that you knew for sure. They're upset because you wouldn't say why. You wouldn't go further after that. It's not because of that.
I mean, it's not like I didn't try to provide additional reporting.
This is why I never want to interact with journalists. Remember, like, when we were super anti-journalists back in, like, 2018, 2019? Fuck these guys, dude. He goes on and fights with Tommy. He goes, oh, you guys just hate journalists. That's the problem. You guys hate journalists, and now, and you're not going to take their fucking source for any... Like, why would I want to take this guy at his word for fucking anything? Can somebody tell me? Like, realistically, what has this guy done that I would want to take his word in the future for? I mean, he's going on record here saying, like, if he knows something, he's just not going to share it. Like, this is insane to me.
And even, like, a week after, I was the first person to report, even though everyone went over it, that Facebook and YouTube were not going to be giving them deals. And all the speculation about
Wow, but were you the first guy to report that, like, Doc was sexting minors? Oh wait, you weren't. No, that was a guy trying to checks notes promote his concert. And then wait, what? 3 days later, Doc's career was destroyed. Wow, Slasher, it sounds like you dropped the ball on this one.
It's like a contract issue about platforms. I tried to provide reporting early on about how you could eliminate certain entire categories of incidents.
Wait, can I ask a question? How did other companies find out? Was it transmitted by? It must have been transmitted by Twitch, right?
As I reported in my story yesterday, Ryan Wyatt, otherwise known as Swizz, confirmed to me on the record that he was approached by a Twitch employee and several investigating journalists of the situation that they had heard. And
so they had like an I Am Alex type group chat where they would go and tell like big fucking top YouTube heads of service and stuff and other platforms, but they wouldn't tell them. So they felt the need to go and reach out and damage this guy with other people, but they didn't feel like making it a public issue. So at what point is this like, when do we jump the shark here? Like, what if one of these YouTube employees said something?
Told him, and his comment was that, I should probably read the full quote, but he understood it was still back.
I should probably read the full quote. Nah, I'll paraphrase.
Then it was rumors, so they weren't able to make.
Well, no. If you're saying a Twitch employee approached him, then it's not rumors, unless it's like somebody who's just completely off the record. Like if it's your source, then it's not rumors because the person who like sourced it for you is primary. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I shouldn't say.
The unfortunate part of all of it was there were so many rumors circulating in the industry. One that
they didn't ban him. That's wild too. Well, if it was a secondary source, it's not wild. If they didn't have any, if it's just some guy, if it's like the Cody guy or the Corey guy or whatever, and they're like, yeah, it's me and like 6 journalists here. This guy's a turbo pedo, Ryan Fwiz, do something about it. He's like, well, is Twitch gonna? I mean, realistically, I didn't think this guy was doing any of this stuff. I didn't think he was sexting minors. I thought if he was sexting minors, we would know. Twitch would have disclosed that. If this was any like CSAM or anything like that, or if he like raped somebody, it's obviously not something that severe. It's probably contract negotiations, because surely Twitch would not keep something like that quiet. That was my understanding of it. So I don't blame other people for coming to the same conclusion as me, that like obviously if the situation was really bad, obviously if the situation was like super dire, we would have some indication, surely. And I think a lot of people operated off of that understanding incorrectly.
Was involved, he says. But no one produced firsthand knowledge or evidence, and because of those rumors, there was no reason to entertain doing any deal with Dr. Disrespect. And no evidence produced means you can't act on a terms of service violation. The whole situation got even more confusing when Twitch settled and effectively said, quote unquote, no wrongdoing, which made everyone in the industry dismiss the rumors. But even still, there was never any reason to do a deal with him after the ban. So you can even see from the person that was running all of YouTube gaming.
Yeah, the Twitch came out and they said no wrongdoing. Oh god, bro, this is just so fucking crazy.
Ow.
This is so mishandled, dude. There needs to be like a hashtag or something on Twitch. Like, I'm sorry, bro. This is like a fucking Mama Mac style hashtag here. I'm getting pissed.
Yeah, again, Twitch's statement and Doc's statement, especially in 2022, made everything even more difficult to discern from a public standpoint of not having direct knowledge about what to do. But some people were tipped off, such as them, about the allegations, and they had made even internal decisions. So there was nothing ever officially said by YouTube that entire time. But that's why Dr. Disrespect was always like complaining about not getting support from YouTube. They did have information. When Valkyrie and Tim the Tatman and Ludwig all got those big deals, Doc was never even offered an opportunity to negotiate one of those.
I mean, that just makes business sense if you can't go to another site either, right? Like you can't go to Twitch. So, but okay. So you wouldn't change anything. You said the way you would change is you just wouldn't make a tweet. That's what you would.
Yeah, that's a good point from Dan. Well, you could look at that as in, oh, they knew, that's why he was never offered a contract. Or you could look at that as, yeah, they're offering those contracts to bring people on or off of Twitch. Kick is not a competitor. At that point, Kick's not even viewed as a competitor, especially in like 2020, right? There'd be no stats from even 2022. So, and Mixer shut down. So yeah, why would I give Doc a contract to work exclusively on a platform when he's banned from the other competing platform? Do you think Facebook gaming is something that YouTube deems a competitor? Are they worried that they're going to lose somebody to Facebook gaming? No. It's between Twitch and YouTube.
I would
but you knew.
I would continue with working behind the scenes and speaking to people and continuing to try to get someone to go on the record. Yes. If I didn't make that tweet initially and I just made the follow-up reporting about the YouTube and Facebook and I just continued to get small pieces of information out there, everything would have went a lot better.
Can I ask you what would have led?
Nothing would have gotten a lot better. What would have gotten better? Surely. There was no, like, it's been 4 years. Nobody reported on the story. Do you think that, like, if you did less? No, the only thing that changes is that Slasher gets hit less, because we wouldn't find out that he knew. That would just be private. That's the only thing that changes. We wouldn't have gotten any of this information regardless, unless a whistleblower blew, okay? The only thing that changes here is that Slasher himself would look better, because we wouldn't have known he knew.
You publish Dr. Disrespect got banned for texting
Slasher needs to disappear again? I wholeheartedly agree.
That you didn't have.
Usually, you need at least 2 primary sources on the record and/or documentation.
I love how he gives his explanation, right? To go forward with the story, I need exactly one more primary source than I had. So surely I couldn't have done anything. I had to just sit on my hands and knees and wait. It's like so nuts.
That this was happening. Okay.
The arbitrary line just happened to be one more person.
2 days after this happened, I had a message from a trust and safety person that was working at Twitch at the time that could say it was due to a situation involving a minor, but they wouldn't provide me a screenshot of the document. And because they could not provide me a screenshot or the file itself, I'm unable to use that. It didn't matter that I had a direct line. I needed absolute 100% concrete. It didn't matter that I had a million secondhand sources, like...
Yeah, and realistically, I don't think he should have come out with his main fucking account in front and just said, like, yeah, I know this for a matter of fact. That would be stupid. That would get him sued. I think he should have put a paste spin out. I think he should have done, basically a very similar thing to what Cody did, only do it anonymously, and then just retweet it. Or say, like, I've heard rumors in the industry going around that this isn't just some wild crackpot theory. There might actually be some truth to this. A fucking anonymous paste bin.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy
goal.
like one of those?
Now it's easy for me to say that in a position of hindsight, but like it's also hard for you to point away. Like, yeah, that would have worked 100%. That would have gotten us 4 years ahead of where we actually were, relatively simply. Yeah, and it's not like journalists haven't published anonymous shit before. I don't know.
An unlimited amount of secondhand sources. It didn't matter that it had all this other kind of unrelated information.
He keeps moving the goalpost of what he could have done. Yeah, obviously, because he's just used to people bringing him on and being like, you did a great job. You did a great job. You couldn't have done anything better. Yeah, I know I did a great job. I know I couldn't have done anything better. Yeah, you did a great job. Now he's getting pushed back and he's a little nervous.
Doc with other women and text messages and DMs from other women for other things. Like, all of that wasn't able to help me, but I had so much circumstantial things that I was always so close, but not over the line for me.
All right, so okay.
Something. By the way, it wasn't just me. Okay, do you know how many other journalists, such as Cecilia, were working on this thing? All of them.
It wasn't just me. You were just the one who put out the little teaser. I think. Well, then there was that one girl. I don't know if it's the same one.
Working on this one case for so long. Journalists at the Washington Post, journalists at Kotaku, journalists at Aftermath, Cecilia from Bloomberg, just other mainstream people from the Times had looked into it at one point.
Yes. I get it.
You're incapable of making this happen. It was.
Okay, these rules that you set for yourself, they were your own rules, though, right? Like, I need 2 sources.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Yes.
Thank you, Dan.
No law saying you need to have sources.
I'm not trying to be a random fucking dipshit like every other asshole on Twitter or that streams.
Oh god, I'm so much better than people like Mudahar, than people like Carl Jobs. I'm not trying to be a random dipshit. I'm trying to have integrity. I'm the kind that fucking just keeps my mouth shut. Good one, buddy.
Okay, then these are your personal rules that you're doing. It's not like you're working for the
There is no journalist handbook, I will say.
Those are 2 primary sources on record. Me doing the Rolling Stone report.
Guys, the rule is that I needed exactly one more source than I had.
With one source is actually...
Yeah, fuck you, CoffeeZilla. I'm a journalist.
Guy, like one of those abnormal. However, I can guarantee that my source's authenticity has... You know, I'm not, again, the protection of them being anonymous is important.
Wait, who's your source on this?
It is important.
Wait.
Authenticity as I'm not, again, the protection of him being them.
Dude, he just disclosed again.
Anonymous is important.
Dude, every woman just fucking sighed of relief that she's not going to be sued. Look at this, bro.
Again, the protection of him being them being anonymous is important.
Wait, who's your source on this?
It is important. But they have authority in there to be my only source.
So your source, who is it?
Dude, this guy literally needs to get off stream. Get off of the streams. Stop doing the press tour. Go away. You're making this so much worse. Oh, fuck, dude. This is so bad. This is so bad. Oh.
Dan, what is wrong with you?
Well, you just said...
Dan, what is wrong with you? It's all Dan's fault. Dan, why did you make me say that?
On the record. That's what on the record is.
End call, leave.
Did you read the thing? Are you like...
Did you read my article? Did you read my article? Like, oh, God, dude. Every single time, bro. And these little weasel journalists.
Talking about.
Okay, you're saying
I'm trying
to ask you a question. You're trying to say you have two sources on the record, but then you're saying now your source is anonymous. So what's the difference between that and what you had on day one?
Being on the record means that they are willing to be, their statements are willing to be used within the story, and they are willing to be quoted. That is on the record means.
Okay.
In terms of like being named on the record, that is when you are putting your name on it. Being awarded, being anonymous is generally rare in cases, and it should only be given in certain situations.
To be clear, on the record literally means having your name attached to it. I mean, you can say all that, but that's just not true. Like, it's the actual definition.
Okay, sure.
Okay, sure. It sounds like a Nick DeOrio video, Chopin.
You can Google it.
Wait, what are you guys disagreeing for about on the record?
I was saying the difference is allowing yourself to be quoted and for your information to be used. Because when a conversation is off the record, then people are just talking, and none of the information that is being told to you can be used inside of a.
Yeah. Wait. What is Dan disagreeing on, or what are you disagreeing on?
I'll say on the record means that it can be attributed to you, a person. I'm not on the record if I'm an anonymous source. That's not on the record. That's nothing. The definition.
Wait, I'm pretty sure. I think you
once you Google it before you be pretty sure.
Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Wait. It's not a Googling the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition. It's having read a large amount. Hold on.
Dude, Destiny just woke up, bro. Here we go. Dude, I love this community. They always fight about the dumbest shit right in the middle of the most important story.
Okay, let me know when you're done. Okay. There is no legal definition of on the record. What do you mean legal? You think it's enshrined in law?
Okay.
Okay.
Then let's go with common parlance if you want to go that way. What do you think on the record means?
My guess is that when somebody says on the record, there's probably a distinction made between do you want to quote me and attribute this to me, or do you want me to tell you information you can publish it but don't name me? For instance, when you read and I've read a lot of news stories that are talking about things going on in the State Department or in the DoD or whatever else, right? You get a lot of things saying confirmed by 2 unnamed sources. Those aren't off the record comments where the journalists are just publishing like shit that people take off the record. Those are probably things where the guy said, hey, listen, I'll tell you this or that or that. Like, yeah, you can publish this. Don't say it came from me though. That's probably some combination of like it's on the record, but they're not.
That was a sick fucking jump. I'm so mad that guy didn't just die. Holy shit.
Attributing it to a particular person. That'd be my guess.
Okay, yeah, I completely disagree. On the record, as far as I can tell, is something that's attributed to a specific person that another person can go and corroborate.
Okay, so you think that, wait, so just to be clear, I know, yeah, so then to be clear, you think that in every single media publication where people are citing anonymous sources, you think when they're talking to those people are all like, this is off the record, but they publish that anyway?
No, that's probably correct. I think Destiny's right there.
I think that if someone says, this is off the record, that at that point it's like, hey, I don't even want you saying, forget you're even hearing and forget you're even saying this. So, no, I don't think that.
I think that's probably wrong.
They're on the record, but they're not naming sources?
What's that?
So then that means that these are people who are on the record, but they want to be kept anonymous.
No, those are people that are saying, I don't want you writing about what I'm about to tell you at all.
Oh, okay. So you think that, so all those media stories that say unnamed officials from these departments, that's all off the record convos, but the journalists are publishing that anyway?
Yeah, Dan, you got to concede there. You're wrong.
I think there are people that are giving the information and saying, don't use my name.
Yeah, but
the conversations would be on the record.
Well, that's not off the record, I guess.
Yes. Correct. Okay.
No, I'm saying it's not off the record.
Well, okay, look, I will just say that, like, within a media context, the use of anonymous sources have increased heavily over time, and you can debate if that has been good or not. There are certain industries, like sports, let's say, where anonymous sources are the standard in terms of, when players joining a certain team or being traded, and I think people. I mean, you could argue that sports is not it's not like a highly sensitive situation. Why are anonymous sources being allowed for the
Dude, Dan, you're doing so well. Just stop fighting over definitions.
Do Woj tweet or Shams tweet or Adam Schefter? Why are they
Now we
being
have to
allowed
hear. Now we have to
use
hear
out-
about sports.
from sources?
Sports.
And you get in certain places. And there are serious situations, whether it's national security, and I definitely say this specific case surely entices that it is a situation warranting being anonymous, especially considering where the sources are coming from, which are ex-trust and safety employees, which is a very secure part of any tech company. They deserve to be awarded anonymity in this case. I do feel so. But there is definitely something to argue about the increased uses of anonymous sources in general and how people
that's so
should
important.
be,
Thank you,
how
Slasher.
journalists should be
Yep,
wanting
I
to
agree,
attribute.
Slasher. You're so right.
Is a distinction.
You don't name the source directly. You just say what their background was, and you quote their stuff for the story.
Yes, that's true. That's what on background means. But then if you want specific quotes to be used, then you need them on the record. They could still be anonymous. They could still be given anonymous. Great media literacy discussion, Steven.
Thanks.
Hope this has helped. Not you, Dan. Come on.
Oh my god, bro. This guy gets 1 point on Dan after getting obliterated for like the past hour. And he's like, come on, Dan. Why don't you try a little harder, Dan?
I disagree with you completely.
I know you do. You're being an internet person right now.
I'm not being an internet person.
You're being an internet person right now.
On the record.
Okay,
definitively means attached
You
to a
could,
person.
dude, if you keep dude, say this guy's no different than a YouTuber. I think his brain might break.
Dan, do you think
His ego is like bigger than mine. Holy shit.
On the record means I've given you something and I don't want you writing about it. But on the record means
do you think he's lying?
attached.
Dan, do you think he's lying about industry standards of what on the record means? Or do you think he just doesn't know?
I think he's well, he's said a lot of things that are not correct in this conversation.
If you don't know,
I
then
don't think he knows.
Come on. If you disagreed with two primary sources being the standard journalistic practice, then
no, I said that's your personal guideline.
Yeah, I know. You saying that means the rest of this bullshit you're saying shouldn't even matter because that's almost one of the first basic things.
Under what? Under the I'm like a blogger journalist school.
No,
like this
I'm
is what I
telling
need.
you can go check the
Dude, under Rod Breslau's school of not disclosing that there was a sexual misconduct allegation at Twitch, that is the gold standard. Yes.
Twitter is a good journalistic media outlet. You can go look at any major schooling education for journalism. And by the way, I don't have no journalism degree. I never went to college. I have just tried to abide by as much of what I know from my work, actually working for reporting sites and people that I like and their
This
work
guy has like totally earned his reputation. I'm sorry, dude. Holy fuck.
that they do.
I want to ask a different question, just because I feel like you guys are getting the weeds of what's a good journalist or not. Are you aware of like TOS or contract clauses for partners and what they look like at Twitch on the time? And do you know if there are things like messaging minors or behavior of the ilk give Twitch a lot of leeway to terminate contracts without penalties? Because I imagine if the content of what was discussed in those DMs was really, really horrible, I am surprised that they would have had to pay so many penalties in terms of paying out the contract in full if the contracts they write give them leeway to terminate it. So were the contracts at the time not written in a way that would give Twitch the discretion to get rid of somebody for that kind of behavior?
Good question. Still unclear on the information of the legal agreement.
No, I'm not asking you the degree of the content. I'm asking you the contracts that people had at the time. If this was
well, from what I understand, like most of the people that signed like the exclusive contracts, like Doc, have their own unique agreements.
Hold on. Okay, wait. Okay. There's two factors that people have to balance out when they think about contracts, okay? One is what is written in the contract, but two is what is in the best interest of both parties. Contracts can be flexible, and the way that people approach them can be flexible if one side is like clearly going to be fucked. A real life example of this would have been in the gaming industry when FaZe signed, there was some guy, and the original contract is like pretty restrictive, and eventually he basically
Tifu
broke his contract and left because he was kind of getting fucked, but FaZe was aggressively trying to renegotiate that contract with him because they knew that like the guy wasn't, was it Tifu? Yeah, wasn't gonna have a good time with that contract, and they aggressively tried to renegotiate with him because like, yeah, we know that this doesn't work. Like a company, from everything that I've seen in common practice, a company is not going to have a contract that's starting to not serve both parties and follow through with that contract until both of them go over a cliff. They're going to like have a desire to renegotiate. Now, I think generally in contracts involving talent, especially that are representative of certain agencies or whose agencies are representing them, usually you have clauses in there. I think it's called a moral clause, but basically it says that if you engage in like some kind of behavior that like reflects really poorly on the company, they have the right to approach.
Destiny on Vyvanse mode explaining everything. Yeah, you can't put his streams on 1.75
if you can't remedy it.
if he just talks so fast.
Or if you can't remedy it, they will terminate the contract. Now it could be, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to go back and check my old Twitch contract, but almost every contract I've signed with another company usually has some type of clause like this in here. However, the thing is, like I said before, it's probably in every party's involved interest to not make this a huge deal. So if there was a contract that Dr. Disrespect signed with Twitch and there's a morality clause, Twitch can probably say, listen, we're triggering this clause. There is no way you can remedy this situation. We got to terminate. And Dr. Disrespect might say, hold up, I don't think I actually did anything that bad. Bullshit. You're not. And Twitch comes back and says there's two options. They can either say, okay, well, we can go to arbitration and fight this, in which case all of this might be made public and it's going to look horrible for everybody. Or we can say, listen, fuck you. You know you fucked this. We owe you 50 million lump sum, whatever we're going to pay out. We'll give you 15 million and we'll call it even. And the doc says, 15, 20. Okay, 15 million is fine. We'll go our separate ways. And they both sign NDAs. And that's why nobody released any information. That's why docs go, I don't know why it's blah, blah, blah. And that's probably how it. That'd be my guess.
That's pretty fair.
That was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good, says the guy who can't speculate.
Theory.
I mean, really, there are several potential reasons for many things based on what's happening in the contract, but I don't know. Could have been to protect Twitch.
Oh, it could have been to
parties,
protect
the
Twitch. Then
victim
why
could
do you
be
think? Why are you
involved.
mad when people are asking questions?
Unclear. Really, I don't know. I don't have any information on what following surroundings of what happened there.
That's fair. But let's say hypothetically, in a world where Destiny's theory is not.
Dude, I need this thing to stop being so insane. Nick has been accused of using a Jewish voice, and people are calling it anti-Semitic, while Slasher is being criticized for his coverage of the situation, with many people calling him out for not doing enough to address the major criticisms of Nick. Dude, I'm just done. Oh, bro, this fucking platform is insane.
Correct. Do you happen to know how much leeway Twitch allows itself in terms of
what is a Jewish
the ability
voice?
to get rid of...
I do the garbage goober voice. Hold on.
Yum yum trash.
Hell yeah, I love that little guy. Wait a minute. In your hole. Just do it. Good luck. I'm looking forward to this. Fluid. Only be. Wait a minute. Bitch.
Trash. Yeah, I love trash. Yeah.
Dude, they think that's Jewish.
Streamers, provided they violate. Like, are you familiar with the contracts that a lot of these big streamers get? Have you ever been able to?
All right. Is there anything else here of value?
Do you like the Associated Press? Here's their definition.
Did you read?
All right. Definition.
And good or bad. In this specific case, I believe it is warranted. That is also why in Bloomberg's article, all sources to Cecilia's reporting were anonymous. The Verge also reported the day before Bloomberg's article came out to confirm Cody's tweet. Those sources were also anonymous. In all three stories so far this week, from The Verge to Bloomberg to mine, anonymous sources were quoted. Okay, and
I don't understand what's different.
I wonder what Slasher's brain would have done if they refused to leak logs. Doc never confessed, and it was just anonymous Twitch employees reporting to publications. I wonder if his brain would have exploded if people said, I need to see more proof.
Different now from years ago when you had a source.
Destiny just brought up to you how he reads stuff all...
Destiny just said...
I'm telling you, if you pay attention to, like, just the general shit you're reading, you will see more anonymous sources than ever before. You can actually say that is kind of messed up in certain...
Well, no, wait. I think the specific question is, who's been willing to... Who moved that you're able to now have a source...
The primary source. The reason why all these publications are coming out
He is Jerry from Rick and Morty. His voice kind of sounds like Jerry.
now is because only the primary source...
And the primary source here is Ryan Wyatt, or...
No. That was the YouTube thing.
Okay, so your primary source is the background person that has confirmed they're seeing certain, like, firsthand.
Well, they're the ones that gave quotes on this too. That they had direct knowledge of this case and that saw the whispers directly and that could authenticate the document.
And you're talking about, and that quoted person here is the ex-Twitch employee.
Yes, ex-Twitch Trust and Safety.
Okay.
That ex-Twitch Trust and Safety are also the sources for the Bloomberg piece.
And we don't know who this person is? It's not named publicly? I'm just confirming, so...
Dude, I'm fucking dying.
I don't know. I mean, what's wrong with him?
Because if Dan knows, he's figured out this guy is literally a discloser. So if you ask him enough times, he might actually tell you.
Always like this. I can't tell if you're just trying to, like...
I'm not trying to f*** you. I think
He is trying to fuck with you. Wait, Slasher, can you answer yes or no to this? I'm just curious of this.
No, but why is Dan doing this?
Slasher, give me yes or no. Slasher, yes or no. Are you allowed to answer that or no?
Why are we doing this?
I hate you. Never mind. I deleted it. Don't worry about it.
Dan, come on.
Dan is a shit stirrer. Let him shit stir. That's what he does.
I'm not even shit starring. You don't understand.
It's
Rod.
kind of frustrating though.
If you listen to the show that we had, it's because
I know, but all I want to do
what?
is have a, I mean, of course I'm down with trolling all the time, but why are you trying to?
Of course I'm down with trolling all the time, but why are you trying to fuck me over, bro?
Oh, here now with this. What do you? Why?
Let me show you how this conversation could have gone.
Why?
It's like it's not trolling you. I just genuinely wanted to be in your head of what changed, what's different, what you could have done
I
differently.
understand. I am fully aware and understanding of the whole thing. I feel like I have explained it pretty clearly to you. You're the one that keeps saying dumb shit, and then I get frustrated and annoyed.
Then I get frustrated when you say dumb shit and it upsets me.
And now I'm thinking you're trying to with me.
I'm not trying to with you.
I would rather not listening to me or
I'm not trying to with you. And when you say I'm saying dumb shit, I'm saying stuff from the AP, and you're being like, yeah, well, things are changed, and that's not really accurate anymore, and everything else. So
I feel like I have explained this certain situation clearly in terms of like the context and what happened and like why certain sources were giving certain.
Bro, if you feel like they're farming you, why don't you get off the fucking stream? Why don't you leave?
Why has this happened? Why all 3 stories are anonymous? Why anonymous sources are used in certain situations?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think you should have done it years ago. I think it would have been better.
I just told you why I shouldn't have told everybody there was a predator at Twitch, and you're not believing me. I'm a journalist.
There's no way. There's no way.
There's a way.
Brother, I explained in the very beginning that no primary sources are.
I am a journalist. Dr. Han. I am a journalist.
Willing to go on the record.
Well, this doesn't sound like they are now either.
They didn't want.
Oh, it doesn't sound like anyone would go.
To be.
Dan, they didn't want their comments published. That's what he's saying. They didn't
Yes,
want
no one will have their comments published.
Well, wait, no, wait. That's not what you're saying because you did publish their comments. They're published in this Rolling Stone. So you sent a name attached to it.
At the beginning.
Yeah, all it took is one guy with a dream to have a successful concert to get people to publish their fucking statements. I'm so done, bro. This is over. It's over, bro.
At the beginning.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
At the beginning, before somebody just said that he did it with no proof. Then they were like, oh, I'd love to give my fucking side of the story. Yeah, put it in there. Just don't say I gave it to you. I get why Dan is fucking harping on that now.
Yeah. No one has agreed saying, yes, you can use this on background. Forget even being quoted. No background. Nothing.
Dan, do you think they should have used their comments without their consent?
Everything is off the record. The point is, everything was off the record or secondhand sources that are on the record but can't be used anyway, okay?
Okay. But Dan's asking what changed from back then. So, like, do you think you should have used the comments?
Yeah, one guy with a dream of being a good fucking, having a big fucking expensive ass concert.
Cody's tweet.
Cody, he literally admits it. Some guy just said that he's a pedophile with no evidence, and that was literally enough to fucking bypass the whole issue.
Cody's ambiguous tweet, which we still have no idea what that was about. And then a document was sent to several people.
Yeah.
And then with those two things, that primary sources felt comfortable speaking after.
Did this document exist in 2020?
It's the internal report.
So it's the exact document we had in 2020. Oh, fuck me, dude. Why is he telling us this? Why does he lie?
So it was
Did
created.
you see this in 2020?
No one saw this. I've never seen an internal trust and safety report for.
Wait, I thought he did. Am I wrong? Did I mishear him earlier? So he didn't have this document earlier, or he didn't see this document earlier.
User in my life.
Can you find mine?
You're not.
Why?
I thought he said earlier that he saw this document. Am I crazy? I apologize if that's the case. I don't remember. I'm just shocked.
Probably like 13 pages long, bro.
Why not make the tweet Cody did yourself? Like years ago, I guess, or more recently.
Because I didn't feel like it was my right to do that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was my right to, warn people at all. I just didn't think it was right to do.
But you kind of, okay, here's the thing.
But you kind of did make that tweet. Yeah, you just didn't give enough information to get to the logical conclusion. You just tweeted out the little hype tweet and then never followed up with it.
I already made one mistake. Why am I going to do two?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a mistake, though. The Cody thing seemed to have been pretty effective.
Could have. I mean, I don't want. This is like pushing it. I'm not going to say anything happened along those lines. But you could have argued that you're protecting.
Yeah, Maury. Law enforcement have Twitch log. Law enforcement have the log. Twitch has the logs. NCE have the logs. Somebody needs to drop them. Yeah, I know.
Kids, because you had people come to you who work for Twitch and safety or whatever, and they're like, listen, here's the deal, bro. You can't use any of this in any story, but doxing kids or whatever it is. And now you're like, holy shit, are you fucking serious? Well, how am I going to find proof? Sorry, man. Good luck. You can't use any of this. And you're like, okay. Like, I don't know. You could have put that out there.
It feels like you think it's just like some big fucking cover up, or they're.
Yeah, I think Twitch covered it up. Does anyone in chat? One in the chat, if you think that Twitch covered it up. Seriously, please. Is there any dissenting voice that think Twitch didn't cover this up? I'm like, I'd be shocked. Like, is there anyone here? And even if it wasn't malicious, like, obviously covering it up has a super negative connotation, right? The fact that we don't know for 4 years implies heavily that we never would have known, right? This would never have come out. This guy would have been ultra famous. This would have continued.
No.
I think it's more than Dan's concerned that like the morality going in here is resulting in children not being protected. Like in the future, so you're trying to protect the original victim, right? But what if 10 kids?
Yeah, but I guess Rod was trying to protect the victim so much he just disclosed to Destiny a bunch of private things about the situation years ago. Good one, Rod.
Had gotten raped as a consequence of Dr. Disrespect being a huge name.
Can we not use hypotheticals like that? No, that's a good hypothetical. What if this was a pattern of behavior? What if Doc was a fucking pedophile? What if Doc did something to a kid after and Twitch knew about it? Bro, this conversation changes dramatically if this guy gets outed with new logs in current day and then we find out it had something to do with the same activity that got him banned from Twitch. They should be counting their fucking lucky stars, bro, that there is no situation like that has occurred. It would have been detrimental to the brand and it wouldn't be just me streaming about it.
Can we just pull it back a little bit? All right, I understand where you're going there, but it's their primary responsibility is to protect the individual case that they are involved in. I know the thinking that people were protecting like Doc in the situation. I just don't see it. It was not that way. I do not see it that way.
I know why people are saying it, but I just disagree.
Fair, but like Destin, you follow a lot of like journalists on Twitter. Is it normal for them to fly off the handle and just make claims with zero sources and like be well seen for it? If you know, I feel like if Slasher was to make these comments without anybody on the record or anything like that and saying he's like, oh, I'm trying to protect kids, wouldn't he be seen as less credible?
You can't do that.
Yeah, I feel like as a
go ask Cody. Ask Cody. Ask Cody how he'd be seen. Ask Cody how that went.
Journalists, like they're one of the few people who shouldn't be doing that. So I don't know why you guys.
Again, I should have never made the first tweet. The first tweet was stupid. None of the suggested tweets are good. The initial one that I made should never have been made. That was my fuck up, which I totally admit. I have no
This
problem.
guy is
with
the worst spokesperson. This is like when Harley came out and tried to explain why Creator Clash was fucking doing great. That's what it feels like. It feels like watching Harley again.
For that shit, you know, my fucking pasta time and time again. I was truthful and I was earnest and hasty in there, but it was wrong to do.
Yeah, I think it's fine for an ex-employee to do it because I don't think they're held to that standard of sourcing things and things like that. But I think if a journalist is doing it, I think it would be not well seen.
I just want to put some full disclosure out there. One, I have known Cody for 15 years. We worked together at GameSpot and CBS Interactive as esports journalists way before he ever joined Twitch.
Hey, Cody was a journalist. Did you guys know Cody was a journalist? Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm sorry. That's brutal. Okay, cool. I guess he didn't go to the same journal school. Oh fuck! I muted it.
He had activist. One, I have known Cody for 15 years. We worked together at GameSpot and CBS Interactive as esports journalists way before he ever joined Twitch.
Journalist.
However,
Dude, if he just kept going on that path, he could have said nothing too, and we never would have known. Oh my god!
I had no knowledge or any idea this was happening.
I had no knowledge of anything. This is so bizarre.
He never spoke to me when he was working for Twitch. That his entire time there is as like a source in a journalistic matter. He was so good because he knew. Never talked to me. Never talked to Rod. And
dude, he probably could have told you. You wouldn't have said anything, dude. He could have told you there was a child sex trafficking ring brimming in the fucking the CEO's office. He could have had a dungeon filled with children. As long as he wouldn't go on the record, you wouldn't have reported him.
I had no idea this was happening. No one had any idea this was happening. I still don't know why Cody did this in this way.
I don't know why. Dude, you're condemning the guy who did something. Anything. Literally anything. Yeah, he was doing it for clout. Who cares? So are you, Slasher. I'm so mad that Cody did the one good thing out of any person here. For the wrong reason. Fuck me, dude.
Just fuck it, we'll do it live. And it was an ambiguous tweet. Nobody was named. I didn't say anything either. Dr. Disrespect just decided.
And you didn't even comment. Like, I've heard some things about this. Like, you didn't even contribute to the discourse. And you're like, guys, it's a good thing I did that,
to
dude.
reply to
one thing we can all agree on.
ambiguity.
Let's become friends. Why don't we talk about how this is the worst response possible for the doc to ever do? Like, it's like, hey, how about just shutting the fuck up and maybe you can keep your career, doc? What a moron.
I want to ask a question about that. What do you think was omitted from his responses that was the most telling? Not what was in it, but what was omitted.
Oh my god, the responses were so fucking bad. Just so
Dan, I think he was asking Slasher, considering Slasher knows about the situation.
Colossally bad. So okay, let me narrow in on your question. So you're asking me what did he not say?
I feel like he was asking Slasher.
What did he not say that you thought was really pertinent? I think that's more important than what he actually said.
Okay, maybe he was asking Dan. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, that's perfect. So in this type of shit, he was like so it came off so lawyer speak. Like, remember the first thing he said? It was like, Twitch and I have come to an agreement and there is no civil or criminal liabilities or anything else along those lines. Yeah.
Wait, do you think his Twitter replies were actually passed through a PR firm and like lawyers? Do you guys really think that?
No.
There's
Not
no
the latest one.
Not the last one.
No, I think he saw how they responded the first time when he hired the PR firm, and he thought he could just make similar statements again. I don't think that he talked to a lawyer at all. I'd be very surprised if that was the case.
Not any of them.
Well, here's the question is does he have representation right now? Because if the answer is yes, then almost certainly they were.
You don't think Doc
Isn't
can
this
just
Nicholas
tweet by
DeOrio guy
himself
like one of those
When this level, when this amount of money is
fascist,
involved,
dudes,
and
too?
when his deals are going to be contingent upon or the money that his agency makes. Because keep in mind, if you have an agency, they're taking a cut from deals that you sign, and he's potentially nuking his career, and they've got a financial interest investment. I'm sure that they like are back and forth and chatting with each other about how things should be handled and what should be said.
Yeah, but I think he went off. I think that last statement he went off the rails. I think he just did something. He just acted upon impulse. That was my maybe they were talking. Yeah, I'm sure that somebody's giving him advice, but I'm also pretty sure he didn't listen to it.
That'd be my guess.
I mean, I think Doc was probably freaking the fuck out because this is like such an obvious call out to him, and then he just, man, the way he answered this was like the worst. I don't know if there was a more bad way to answer this than what he did. Can you think of something, Abba?
All right, I don't care about this part. I think.
So amazing. Hold on. If he's only leaking this after he's totally and completely out of the industry and he's got literally nothing to lose, but he can gain a ton of publicity and whatever by leaking this particular thing, then no, there's something noble about that. He's literally fucking, riding on the top of the 17-year-old's.
Still don't know that they were 17, by the way.
That
Rod,
is
can I ask you,
another
did you
part,
get
yeah.
contacted by CAA? Did they contact you after the tweet?
No. I spoke to
No?
CAA to confirm that he was no longer a client. But he was no longer a client before this happened. Like this, and I learned that this was several months ago.
So you weren't contacted after your initial tweet, like to back off?
You mean 4 years ago?
Yeah, 2020.
No, I contacted Doc's representation of CAA to confirm if this was true, and they never answered me. That's the only correspondence I had.
That's what they should have done this time. Just not said anything. Oh man, I want to read the Doc's tweets again. They're just so bad.
Okay, my last question before I leave.
Yeah.
I just want to ask the last thing. If I'm operating on the perception that like these logs are as bad as they can be, but if they were like very sexually explicit and there were plans to meet up, I feel like that's a very solid case no for a criminal complaint. So is the fact that there was no criminal complaint meaning that there probably wasn't that overt of a sexual suggestion or case made?
Ooh, this is a good one.
I think there's several possibilities, but I do not want to speculate.
Oh my god, bro! Every fucking time.
I will speculate. If the age of consent in the place where Doc was located was 16 or 17, I don't know if you get hit with like the corruption of a minor as long as they're not like sending you like federally illegal like child porn or something. You might still be able to like make all those arrangements to go be that person. I don't know what the law is for that.
Oh, so wait, if you're talking to a minor in Florida where the age of consent's 18, but you're in like Utah where it's like 14, I don't know. If that's
Well, you'd have to if you were gonna go legal, you'd have to like fight
What if
for.
TwitchCon is in a place where they wouldn't be legal? Like the place you guys were gonna meet and fuck isn't legal.
There's like a whole area of law where like people fight over like where's the nexus of interest or like what is the appropriate venue to sue somebody. That's not like a settle. I'm not trying to don't mistake me and say like no it definitely would be here, but that's the thing that you would probably have to fight over. And it might be that in a certain case you're like well it's fighting for the venue here wouldn't make any sense. So that is a possibility maybe. Yeah.
Okay. More speculation.
People are saying over state lines is federal. That is absolutely not true. Nothing is true about that statement.
State.
But I don't know what all this shit's about. You guys are on some shit, or just say nothing. Who's gonna give a shit? That's
minor. You will never see them.
Wait,
And for
you could. Some
expectation. No, that would be insane.
Why would that be insane? I feel like that shit happens like, dude.
Not only for, but those weren't. like an employee releasing
Dude, how long is this fucking debate?
private messages between two users is insane, and just to begin with. But for the extra layer of there being sexually explicit messages or media sent to a minor, and to have to want for you to want to have to see it is not a realistic thing that you or anyone else on the internet should ever expect. I feel like
that's literally the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator. Like, believe me, this shit happens. That's all the show did. It's like
because they are
people. You know, they say it.
No, because they at that time when they were doing the show or whatever, they were like hiring or they were using the police department to make a.
What is this? What the fuck am I reading right now? Somebody in chat just said there's a crazy guy writing like insane walls in the fucking replies. Shout out to Max Payne in chat. What is this? The digital jungle where predators lurked behind avatars and and every click was a step deeper into the abyss. He was a YouTuber, a man in the virtual area, commanding legions of fans with every upload. His face was plastered on screens across the globe, a modern-day idol for the masses, but like all idols, he had feet of clay. One night, in the haze of his own arrogance, he let slip a confession that would shatter his carefully curated facade. A tweet, a simple damning, "I guess I'm a predator now, lol." The internet didn't laugh. In the cold, unforgiving light of the Twitterverse, his words hung like a noose. Panic set in. He scrambled to erase his mistakes. But the damage was done. But the digital age had no patience in revision. Wait, hold on. Wait. What? Oh my god. But honestly, had deserted him long ago, replaced the hollow echo of his own lies. The truth was out, and there was no putting the genie back in the bottle. It was just another fallen idol, a cautionary... What am I reading right now? What is this? There's so many of these. What the fuck am I reading? What is this, bro? Sure, it started with a tweet, a careless slip of the keyboard. Why is this written like a sex novel? Like one of those woman novels where people fuck. What am I reading? Dude, I'm 14. This is so deep. Oh, God. No, why no Max Payne OST on this? I don't know, dude. This is insane. Bro just leaked my video script, dude. It's...
fake identity online, and then to gather communication based off the police doing an undercover investigation. Those are two completely different things. Whenever you see like, whenever you see,
they let him go.
Yeah, okay. Whenever you see assholes doing like pedo hunters or some shit on YouTube, that is the absolute. I mean, a lot of people think it's justice and they love it as content, but you have to be able to understand the difference between doing it as content and whatever you see.
There's a difference between confronting someone at a fucking like. A target and saying that they're like a fucking pedophile, and then like being in the position that Rod was in here.
Justice,
and there has to be something's got to give somewhere. There's got to be a middle ground.
And doing it, what would be the legal way of approaching the situation, and those are two completely different things.
We're on a different boat. I'm not talking about Twitch being like, hey guys, here are the logs. I'm talking about some anonymous source that used to work at Twitch that was there when the Doc Disrespect shit happened and had a copy of these fucking shits because they were crazy and being like, now's the time to drop that.
Releasing private communication between you two users is insane. Releasing two private communication between you two users where one is underage and is sexually explicit is fucking crazy, Dan. What the f do you not understand about this shit? I actually don't get it. What are you talking about?
Dude, hearing this guy get angry, it's just like my fucking... Dude, this is amazing. This is like my crack cocaine.
I feel like
I want to hear him squeal more.
You're trying to get like obsessively upset right now to try and make your bad point seem better. This is very common. People can
on the
them.
internet should be demanding private messages.
No one's demanding. I'm just saying it's possible they could...
Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll just take your word for it, Rod. Which means so much after this conversation. Yeah, I really trust your word after this one.
I'm saying it's possible it could leak. I don't
when
know
there are
who's
leaks
demanding.
happen, it's from one end of the communication or the other. Either one person or the other person in the private communication is
I
revealing
understand, and it's possible it can leak. Yes? And Doc feels like maybe this Cody guy, maybe he has a copy of it. He's freaking the f out because that's the only thing that can possibly explain his absolutely
Isn't this
mega
Nicholas DeOrio
retarded.
guy
Okay,
like
hold on.
one
Let
of
me
those
just real quick.
fascist,
Okay,
dudes
for some
too?
reason Slasher's really bad at communicating this, but I understand what Slasher's saying. Okay, and I maybe might agree. Okay, what Slasher is saying is, let's assume. Okay, let's hyperbolize a bit. Let's say that it's a 12-year-old sexting with a 45-year-old. What Slasher is saying is that there's no sane world where somebody is posting like explicit sex logs from a 12-year-old to a journalistic outlet, because now you've just provided like child sexual fucking jerk off material to the entire fucking internet that I can go and read the fucking sex logs like a fucking 12. And he's saying there's a hyperbolic comparison, but it's like the same as saying like, oh, you really think that person like made child porn to that person? I don't believe you. Like, post the pictures, show us, prove it. That's what Slasher's saying. That you would never expect that type of material to ever be posted on the internet involving
Yeah,
sex.
it's just a bad faith fucking recollection of what people are actually asking.
For communication with a minor. I think that's what I'm saying.
Also, I could be wrong, but in all my time of seeing things being leaked, it's very rarely coming leaks from the platform, and it's generally from one of the two parties. So the idea that I don't think
Oh, that's another person that could leak it too. Yeah, that's
hold on. I don't think
Wait, I'm going to read the legal description to you, okay, Dan? Everyone
His voice cracked. I'm gonna read the legal description for you, Dan.
here.
Wait, why does that matter?
It's on the Law Cornell website about the permitted disclosure from a provider being the platform on certain messages. A provider that submits a report under subsection A1 may only disclose information only to a law enforcement agency described in subparagraph A, B, or C, or NCMEC, which is the National Children for Missing and
He
Exploited
really
Children,
sounds like flamenco. I hear it.
which I explained before is where it was reported to, or as necessary to respond to a legal process, such as a subpoena. Those are the only certain times where information can be exposed, and to who.
Like, am I wrong to say this guy fundamentally thinks Twitch should never have like issued a statement on this ever? Am I wrong to think that? Because my understanding is not only do I think this guy is a fucking idiot, but I also think he's like pro Twitch not ever saying anything.
To law enforcement agency and to NCMEC. That is the standard of where these reports go to.
So that's what you're saying, okay? I understand what you're saying is that when you do a report, it goes to NCMEC, okay? Because that content is illegal, okay? And you as a service provider have to send it to them. If you do not send it to them, you literally have liability because now you have CSAM or other abuse material on your servers. So that's how you remove your liability, by sending it to them. But nothing that you're saying right now has anything to do with the fact we're talking about the person themselves that was in this conversation, or a rogue employee could go and leak these messages. All of these things are absolutely possible. And all I'm saying is it feels like that's the most likely explanation for why the doc was so retarded with the responses, is that he thinks that that's coming.
Question for you, Slasher. Do you think like the people who have access to these logs, it's a very insular team? Like
Yes,
very small?
extremely
We already
tiny
heard this one.
logs.
There should be very strict within company pop. They absolutely will turn that.
Very big information.
I think that you listen. First off, Twitch isn't like, I understand that it's owned by Amazon, okay? But Twitch, this is 2020 when this happened. Is that right? Doc's initial shit. You know, that's like what, like 5 years into the integration of Twitch for Amazon. I'm not sure that they have the full audit trail of everything going on there. I think that if you're like a fucking pretty decent systems administrator, or you're like just a guy that's working on the trust and safety team, I'm pretty sure that you could exfil that data and no one could know that you could do it.
Wow, hold on, wait. If you're talking about, first of all,
All right,
this was
is
2000 and error.
wasted speculation. I don't care about any of this.
The possibility.
You know what,
that
Slasher?
it could
Let's
be-
go ahead. We'll put my retard against your fucking journalism degree. I'll bet you $500. And that considers a portion. Like
I'm gonna give it to you so you can read it. 'cause it's yours.
Just real quick, Slasher, I don't know if you heard Abba's question. He said, did this guy work in trust and safety? Can you confirm that for us? That he worked in trust and safety?
But just go read.
Oh my god, bro! Go read my article.
Okay, so you can't confirm or deny that Relum worked in trust and safety?
Oh, I don't know anything about Relum.
Okay, all right.
I honestly, I don't know his Twitch background. Honestly, I've just been told multiple times, do not listen to this guy.
Okay, but I think Abba has a point that if he's from trust and safety, if he worked there, then I would probably want to read through stuff with, taking it with a grain of salt. But
Yeah, no,
I actually want to read through some of his statements.
I cannot personally say anything about
Dude, this is insane.
him, though I did just get a funny text about him.
Why would you say that? Wait, what the fuck?
Not personally say anything about him, though I did just get a funny text about him.
I just got a primary source. I got a primary source just now. This guy's done, not just in my DMs.
I can't say one way or the other than I've just been warned multiple times.
Bro, this guy's like, I'm not one of those YouTubers. I'm a journalist. And then this is what he says, bro.
without me even having to prompt anything. I've just been messaged.
Oh, this is the guy that I retweeted, and I says he's gonna say something, but doesn't say anything at all. This guy.
Multiple ex and current employees reached out and be like, specifically, this guy, do not listen to.
This guy's got a very credible source. This one other guy is uncredible, but everyone's anonymous in the situation, and you have to take the guy who didn't tell anybody about Dr. Disrespect messaging minors for 4 years at his word. Real trustworthy source here. We're dealing with the battle of the minds right now. Who's got the better source?
Don't have any personal reason not to. I can't say anything myself about why you shouldn't or should.
Yeah.
This is like when Chris Hansen said that like people reporting Leafy's video to the police was deemed credible. Oh, fuck me.
But I trust these people reaching out. I trust them more than I trust this guy. So I'm leaning that way.
Wow.
Did we put to bed that fake email that came out? The one to
it is not real.
commentary guy?
It is not real.
Yeah.
What about the trans sex worker thing with Doc? Is that real?
Cannot confirm. I don't see any reason to think that she made all that up, but I haven't spoken to her.
I don't have any reason to think she made it up. Okay, cool. So it's real.
I don't know.
I mean, it looked real.
Why would she lie?
And by the way, Slasher, I realize now, as someone tells me that I autistically speak autistically sometimes, this is not me trying to fight you. I was just trying to come up with any way possible to understand why Doc would do what he's doing. And the only thing that clicks in my mind is he thinks that the release of the logs is imminent and he's trying to get in front of it. That's where that's coming from.
Well, no, the Bloomberg report came out. And as much as you want to say that like it didn't have additional information and that journalists don't matter and that...
Oh, so journalists are all that matters, and we can just publish stuff in anonymous sources. Even though you said anonymous sources before were also a growing problem in the industry, but like, you're surprised when people say that that didn't move the needle for them.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those?
When your big report was all
fascist,
info we
dudes,
already
too?
had.
Fucking cares. That is like a real...
Dude, we're battling constantly between these journalists who are like all-seeing, all-knowing entities whose words should be treated as law, and then battling back
Isn't
and
this
forth
Nicholas
between
DeOrio
like,
guy,
oh
like one
yeah,
of
I
those
couldn't have done this. I only had like an
dudes, too?
arbitrary number of sources instead of other arbitrary number of sources.
That is a real publication with real lawyers, who means they really vetted it, and that requires a response. There was no... And not only was it that, but everybody, Nick and Tim did the video before he made this tweet. There were a lot of people that had already responded to the reporting, that I think at that point it was inevitable he had to already say something. He probably was in panic mode. I don't think it was because I think there was 0% of him that thought that, quote unquote, the logs would come out.
Dude, I'm sorry. This guy lives in fucking crazy land. There was a 0% chance that Doc was afraid the logs were going to get dropped when people said a huge nuke was coming out. This guy is just really unintelligent. Like a really fucking dumb person. I don't even think he's malicious. I think he's a fucking idiot. How could you possibly think there's a 0% chance that Doc was nervous that like the logs were going to get leaked? How could you say that?
I think it was just because of what was actually unfolding.
Well, I'm trying to think about like what data has actually been released here. All that's been released is basically people saying...
God damn it, Dan. The main point...
God damn it, Dan! You're just not taking our fucking words for it, man! Come on!
Speculate without you going nuts. I just said all that's been released is that Doc was banned for sexting with a minor.
Because you sound like... I feel like every person on the internet...
You sound like every guy on the internet who's critiquing me for fucking this thing up! Why are you acting like all those other people?
It is very frustrating. It's basically, if you don't trust journalists, and you don't give a shit...
Trust journalists, man! Except what I couldn't tell you. And that was totally justified, by the way.
About the reporting, then obviously you're going to have all these questions, and they're always going to remain unanswered, and you're always going to be annoyed that you don't have this piece
of... trust my anonymous source, bigot!
...info, this piece of info, and you think this is kind of weird and odd. And I agree, there are certain contexts...
What is trustworthy about this? Actually, you know what? You probably could trust... this is the most trustworthy journalist for bad actors. He will literally not report it.
This case that can be questioned. But if you trust journalists and their reporting and their sourcing, then at this point, the whole thing is relatively clear. It's not that you have most of the facts from it, and it's relatively easy, I think, to put together, in my opinion. It's only based on if you trust certain reporting.
I have no idea. Did you not hear what I'm saying? I said, well, I'm like I do trust journalists. Okay, first of all, I'm just trying to understand why the doc went full retard. Okay, because the journalists that I do trust, okay, like yourself, that wrote this story, but all they've said is that he was banned for texting with a minor. That's it. That's like so. I feel like the doc could have said 1,000 things that would have been better to say than what he said. He said the worst thing ever. There has to be a reason that he's like, of all the things I could say.
I think he just went to panic mode.
He went to panic mode because we had 3 anonymous sources that would have pegged him with the same story that was already out there. Or he went crazy because he thought the fucking logs were going to come out.
I mean, I don't have any insight. I don't think it was because he was afraid of more. The Bloomberg, I think what I'm trying to tell you is you're undervaluing how much the impact the Bloomberg article
Oh, God, the Bloomberg article
report had. I'm telling you that
average viewer, when you heard 3 new sources repeated the same thing we already knew, was that like a huge bombshell for you? Was that a nuke? Did you think that was a nuke, chat?
Just knows the
Because the fucking Rolling Stone article that Slasher wrote had more information than that.
I'm telling you, he's worried about the trust and safety report coming out. That's what he's worried about. That will characterize the messages.
I think the Bloomberg report from a 1 to 10 has got to be like a 9.5.
9.5, bro. This guy's delusional.
I am fucked, and that is what made him panic. Again, no, but I really don't think it is a looking forward more. I mean, look, I cannot say that.
I'll tell you
there's not more.
Dude, his statement literally says, now that the situation has been voided and I can talk about it more. So the implication that the fucking logs are coming is absolutely on the forefront of his mind.
About maybe other cases or other potential situations, and that there might be even more to this specific case, so that is possible. But I really think it was an instinctive reaction to the Bloomberg report and then people reacting to the Bloomberg report, personally.
When was the Bloomberg report compared to Doc's tweets?
The Bloomberg report is what started everything.
It was that on morning that kicked off.
That morning.
So it was the morning, and then around noon, Doc tweeted his final big write-up tweet.
The full retardation one, right? Okay.
Yeah, the Bloomberg report preceded the eventual...
I could imagine being the doc, and you're getting a call from Bloomberg being like, hi, I'm a journalist at Bloomberg, and I'm writing a story about how you were texting minors, and we have sources on record now, and, I just wanted to get your comment. I could imagine him being like, fuck, they have a paper trail, they have actual evidence, they're going to release a lot of shit, I have to get ahead of this. That's what I would be thinking. That's why I went back to the thing. I think the doc was fearful that something was going to get leaked, the logs, or an internal report, or something saying like, yeah, so Doc was here talking with a 13-year-old, said multiple times, I love that 13-year-old butthole, or whatever it is.
All right, Dan, Jesus.
And that's what he was afraid of, because up until then, and even with the article, it's just like, not that,
I can't believe that's what you think would happen, or even you think...
Why is he scoffing at that? Is that like a totally irrational fucking situation? I can't believe that you think it's not just the sheer magnitude of being written on by such large publications as Bloomberg. Holy fuck, this guy sucks so much!
That he think that was what...
Wow, I can't believe it.
I think Doc is more like me. In the retardation part, sorry, apparently. Gotta be careful with that one. Whoops.
Sorry, I walked away. Dan's 100% correct. There's no reason the doc would come out and say, yeah, I was inappropriate with a minor, unless he knew something was coming out.
Yeah.
Like, knew for a fact. Like, hey, 10 people have this document.
The heat was on.
That's the only way you do this. It's the only way if you're trying to get ahead of it.
Bloomberg had to give him 12 to 24 hours to make a comment. So he knew...
Yeah, see, the Cody thing, there was already a former Twitch employee who'd come out and said this, prior. I don't know why you think 3 more changes the story dramatically for the average viewer. Maybe it does in terms of getting other journalists to come on board, right? Maybe it's an industry thing. But the average person already came to the conclusion that Doc sent something to a minor prior to that. And the article not including age, not including what he said, not including screenshots, that's not helping the average user come to any new conclusion about it. What really changed the game is when Doc confessed to it being real and then made no denials, such as, I was catfished, I didn't know the age, this person was 17. To provide none of that really solidified it for everybody that this is it, this is done, this guy's done. Not just on Twitch, everywhere.
He was given contact beforehand asking for comment. I also say that he had the same thing from me. I filed, my report came out on Thursday afternoon. He was asked for a comment on Wednesday afternoon. I never heard back. There was no response for comment, but there was indication to him that there will be something coming and that the questions given to him were in the reporting. So he does have forewarning that a report is going to be coming because he is asked for comment. Every person and or entity, in these reports that have come out, were asked for comment. Most of them just did not respond to comment. Twitch did not respond to comment. Dr. Respect did not respond to comment. YouTube did not respond to comment. Like the comment that I got on record was from the ex-head of Twitch, of YouTube gaming, like current YouTube, which I asked
Dude,
for
there's
comment.
one more part of this. I'm listening to so much here. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is still going. There's one thing I want to get to, a JStalk question that's surely coming up now, and then I think we can move off of this.
And based on his statement, did not reply. So that's actually pretty standard. You reach out to a bunch of people to ask if you have any comment, and most of them won't even say no, they just won't even answer. But they do have forewarning beforehand.
Because at this point, I was frantically typing JStalk, my questions to ask him. I was like, JStalk, SS, come on, ask him.
I mean, that he would have had a better tweet than what happened.
He was probably assuming that something crazy was going to be in the article. Like Doc knows what's in those DMs,
All right?
right?
We know all this.
Or like be some crazy shit.
Well, we don't actually know that, right? Because we can imagine worlds where if it was absolutely crazy, if it was too crazy, would the parents of the child be okay with no statement being made, with no charges being filed, no settlement? It might be the case that, like, because if it was, maybe you'd expect, well, no, then it absolutely would have.
If the parents even know.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm joking about. I really have, as the years have gone by and I've been beaten down by the entire internet and every single personality calling me a liar, and then just a clout chaser and all that. I even.
Oh my God, poor Rod Breslau.
And here and then made a joke about like this situation because it's like a coping mechanism on how much but I understand that should not be done. It really is a serious situation. It's not intended for there to be comedic value.
What do you think about the CEO's comments about it then?
Dan?
Yeah.
That I thought was in very poor taste.
We watched that earlier in the stream.
Especially to do it with Mizkif. I thought that was kind of unbelievable.
What do you think about Cody's comments, like joking about getting rid of, leaking it if his band sold it?
Yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. And him tagging me, also not a good look on me. I can take full responsibility. That is not, I should not be doing that. Cody should not be doing that. And then for the situation to evolve like this with Cody doing that, it is a very bad look. Cody,
it's a bad look. It's a bad look for the situation to evolve like this. Everything this guy says is terrible. Every fucking comment he makes is bad.
It was a joke, but again, joke should not have been made in, now that information has come to light. No, it is not a responsible thing to do. So I was wrong to do that. I can own that. And it should be taken more seriously than internet jokes. I mean, there's a lot of this entire thing because of it was so hidden where, anyone who's not directly involved, they don't know. And like making jokes about it is pretty easy. There's like a million different things that you could make fun of. But, I shouldn't be doing it. I don't want it to seem like I take happiness in all of this. I feel vindicated somewhat that I can clear my name to some people who, there's still people out there that either still think I fucking lied and or I covered for Dr. Disrespect.
I don't think he covered for Dr. Disrespect maliciously, but man, it's really not hard to I don't think he knowingly was like, oh, I need to protect this fucking person who sexted minors. Like, that's not what I'm saying when I think he did that, but like, I don't know how else you can view the situation other than him like covering up for covering up. It implies malice. I don't know. It's just like he neglected this story so badly. He handled this so poorly in like a destructive manner.
Both of
a self-destructive manner,
which are not true. They're not going to be convinced, most likely, but for some, they will be able to trust me again. People hate me for totally unrelated reasons. I mean, whatever. It's all good. But I do feel somewhat vindicated, but I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm happy about
You should
this
not
entire
feel
story.
vindicated. I think anyone giving you the, oh wow, Slasher, you did so well. I think those people are insane. That's nuts. No, that's not true at all.
Story, which is, I mean, it's awful. None of this is good. I didn't find...
Oh, him getting caught is good.
I didn't find glee in, this entire saga. It was not fun.
It's good for him getting caught, right?
Yes. Even though...
Dude, why did he struggle to answer?
It's good for him getting caught, right?
Yes. Even though I have no idea how this will affect his career going forward. It seems
I'm pretty sure for two reasons.
Dude, what is this cope? He doesn't want to attribute anything to the fact that, like, he got exposed. Oh, you don't know what this will do for his career. No, I know exactly what this is going to do for his career.
career is over. Number one, all of his friends are like the super hate trans, hate gay people, all that type of shit. And there's fucking DMs now of Doc jerking off with a fucking trans sex worker. So it's over on that front. And it's over on the front that they're not too kind also with the whole pedophile thing also, or a pedophile.
You just said he was gripping it, bro. Come on.
Dude, he's got grippy going on, dude.
That's like the new
Yeah, I mean,
squeezing the hog. Listen, Twitch, or sorry, Doc is done, and not just on YouTube. Okay, he's done. He's actually done.
I mean, him getting demonetized and having his subscriptions removed is pretty significant, I will say. But who's to
Pretty significant, I will say. Dude, fuck this
say,
guy.
you know, he
Fuck
can't go
him.
to Kick or Rumble and become a rebel and like
There's
you know,
no fucking shot.
and go on an arc that makes him like the Joker, Dr. Disrespect, and he gets like 4 times.
Rumble and
as
Kick
popular.
are done with being the platforms for pedophiles. They're both done. That's never happening.
Yeah, he's for sure donezo at this point. And also, Slasher, I want to say, I feel like sometimes when you're on the inside looking in, okay, which is what you are, you're on the inside looking in, you assume the worst about people's intents towards you. And I just want to say that, like, people, I don't think, you keep saying this, people assume that you were lying, that you didn't know anything like that.
I've been told so many times. I cannot describe to you how many times I have been lying to
all of us, myself included.
Liar piece of shit is like hundreds of
Dude,
thousands.
he gets like one chatter. He's getting one guide to like the ultimate degree.
Of time.
No, we were just saying that because we wanted to know. Okay?
I'm not imagining it. Yeah, you two are just joking. That's fine.
No. Everyone else too. We said that to you. Tell us why he was banned. Tell us. That's why. Like they didn't think you had fake info. That would be insane. It's just they're getting pissed because I want to know. Why is Doc banned?
Hey, fun story. Sidebar, real quick. Did you know that the Ghostbusters pinball machine by Stern Pinball was designed by a pedophile who got arrested and convicted, and I think he's still in jail for having so much child pornography on his computer? Yeah, so I don't think they'll ever remake this table. It's this one. Yep. Any minute. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this was made by a pedophile. Cool stuff, guys. All right, let's keep going.
Hi, tell me.
So much of my pain was self-inflicted, and again, my fucking fault, my bad. Don't make those tweets. Please learn from me. If you have information, don't just say you do it. Either do the reporting or shut the fuck up. Those are your two options. I understand it was self-inflicted, but it's not like I'm imagining it.
No. There was a third option here, Rod. There was a third option, absolutely. And that was becoming anonymous and leaking this stuff, like basically making an anonymous paste bin, saying, here's the stuff I've been told, and then you yourself retweeting it and being like, that's weird. There's absolutely a third path here that you haven't acknowledged.
Oh no! J-Stock comes in going, why don't you just do this anonymously?
Tweeting it and being like, that's weird. There's absolutely a third path here that you haven't acknowledged. And to me, I would want to know why exactly I don't know how exactly you get away from the idea that you wanted the clout from this, and that's why you didn't leak it.
No, he obviously didn't because he didn't do it.
No. I'm saying anonymously. Like, Doc objectively went to another platform, made millions of dollars, still had a massive public profile after doing all of this. And Slasher knew about it, so I'm saying I totally trust that you knew about it. How exactly do we get away from the idea that you covered for him? I could have just published this anonymously.
That's a real fucking good question. That's a real good question. What a brainchild there, J-Stock is.
Dan,
stop guarding, Dan. Let him answer.
I'm saying hypothetically.
It's a scary situation. I can imagine being in that place. Like, even look at me on the podcast 2 months ago. Me like,
whoever wrote that question is a real genius.
Well, I heard in Rust from a guy buying a mini at Outpost. Like, even I am thinking like, okay, what's really actually likely to have happen in this situation right here? So I can understand that he had fear. Like, okay, I'm about to with a guy that's worth like tens of millions of dollars.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy
How
like one of
dangerous is
those?
this for me?
Don't forget Amazon.
Fascist dudes.
You say it's just Amazon.
Yeah, dude, Amazon would be so pissed if you exposed a predatory person on the platform. I'm sure they would have been like they would have been so upset with you, especially in the discovery phase when they found out it was true.
No, bro, fucking Amazon.
So I understand that.
Scary Amazon.
Right. I understand all this is like a. It's like
yeah, it'd been a huge. Dude, it would have been such an optics victory to crush the neck of the journalist who exposed the predator on Twitch.
So that. You can't just say, oh, he did it for clout or didn't do it for clout. Now, to be clear, I do agree with you. I think that you should have become Assange or Snowden and become like the fucking, you're a Greenwald or someone and been like the dude who broke the rules and leaked it anyways. And, Amazon suing you would have been the best thing in the world. What could you have actually lost? You know what I mean? Like your house was homesteaded.
Like Assange and Snowden were able to do that because they had documents. That was really what allowed them to do certain things. Without having documents, which did not exist. Really, until 5 days ago, it becomes so.
So he confirms he didn't have documents until 5 days ago. All right, he's saying it directly right there. So I was misinformed, or I misheard him earlier in the stream.
Sure. I'm just arguing, and I'm not trying to actually say you did this. I'm saying there are people who think this, right? Who think that, like, hey, you covered for this guy. I'm saying to put to bed those rumors, those thoughts. Like, why exactly did you decide not to go the anonymous route at all?
It didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right, guys. I just had that feeling. It just didn't feel right.
Shouldn't be doing that.
You shouldn't do that. You should just let him go.
Either I can report it myself, professionally, or I'm just going to shut the fuck up.
Come on!
Can I ask you a question on this thing? So let's say I give you firsthand information about Destiny, okay? And I show you stuff, but I don't let you make a copy. But you know now this is legit shit. So I show you a video of Destiny stomping on puppies, and it's like the most fucked up shit you've ever seen, but you know this is legit. Like, you can't
Hypothetical. Hey, I'm Dan, Destiny's close friend. I have this video of him stomping on puppies. You can't have the video. You can't use it. But you're a journalist. I need you to do something.
take what I just showed you. You're throwing up. It's so fucking unbelievably. And he's sitting there saying, yeah, look, dogs, it doesn't matter. I eat them for meat. Why would I care about them here? Like, the whole thing. It's real. I've shown you this. I'm obviously a good friend of Destiny, the whole thing. But I'm like, listen, I can't give you a copy of this. He knows I'm the only one who has a copy. I don't even know why he sent it to me. Are you going to report on it?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd report the shit out of it.
I need the copy of the tape.
If you know.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Yeah,
I need the copy.
The hypothetical here isn't really even that hypothetical. This guy has gone and targeted a minor and said, yeah, I don't care that you're 16, 17, whatever the age was. Said, no, that's fine. I'm going to keep making sexual comments. He has this pattern set up. Like, how... I don't understand. Is there no moral imperative here for you at all? That you need to make sure that this guy doesn't continue to go on and victimize more people?
There is. But, Twitch is doing their own investigation.
Twitch is doing their investigation, guys. It's only taking 4 years. They'll figure it out. They'll get it. They'll get it, guys.
It's not for me to... The only person who should be, if they ever want to speak, is the victim.
Oh my god, bro. It turns out the victim wasn't even necessary to tell this story. That's not even true.
I'm sorry. This is the most broken mindset, in my opinion. Okay? Victims have a duty to report stuff like this. People have a duty to actually make sure that this doesn't happen in the future. This is like, it's so...
This is like the easiest answer to any of these questions. It's insane.
In my opinion, to go, oh, well, we have to defend the victim. That's our number one priority. My number one priority is...
He almost failed the QuickTime event again. Yeah, dude, like, he's constantly in QuickTime events where if he clicks the wrong button, he'll leak all of his sources.
Sure, more victims don't happen. We can't unrape that fucking person, okay?
So as a real...
I'm sexualize that person.
Yeah, hold on real quick. I'm sympathetic towards this, and it works in almost all cases, except the issue is you run into one huge part at the beginning of the reporting process, and that's that the goal should be to reduce future harm to minors. So if somebody reports something, then you should say like, oh shit, well, we need to do this even if they don't want to come forward. But then the issue might be that when somebody wants to report something in the future, they're like I'd report on this guy, but like I don't want any of my shit public. Like I'm just not going to report it. It's not worth the deal.
A reporter's duty is to the news.
Again, though, realistically, you have to you can't just sit here and bash people for not coming forward about these situations and stuff. And it's like, oh well, if I report something might happen is kind of the mindset that keeps people from saying anything now. I don't really understand the argument there, right? Like the person's either going to report or they're not going to report, but you'd have to assume that if they're reporting, the expectation is the platform will do something, right? You're not saying, hey, this guy preyed on me when I was a minor, but please don't ban him. I just wanted you to know for your own well-being. Like that doesn't happen. I don't think it matters.
Always. That's true. Isn't there like even the thing with reporters that like, like they have advanced knowledge of something going on, but they're embedded with a group like this? Kind of happened with Hamas, didn't it? During the October 7th thing?
If you advance knowledge of a crime, I believe you have to inform on the crime. But it's not like I had advanced knowledge of the information. There was already an investigation happening prior to the information.
Can I ask
if you're a nature photographer,
overall?
If you're a nature photographer, are you supposed to stop the polar bear from killing the penguin?
No, but that's boring. For most people like Nat Geo and shit, you're literally never supposed to interact with the animals, but these are animals.
Yeah.
Also, there's a distinction, like if you have knowledge of a crime, I don't believe you have an obligation for reporting, but if you have knowledge of a crime that is going to be committed, then you do have an obligation. So if Slasher got DM saying like, Doc's gonna go meet this girl at like 4 p.m. blah, 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 I think Slasher would have an obligation to say something.
That can't be true, because hasn't there been like vice journalists and shit like that literally get embedded and they're like, okay, we're going into the rainforest to learn how to make coke. Like that would never, that's a crime that they're literally going to watch and make happen.
Well, I mean, I think everybody knows coke is getting made in Colombia.
Or, you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying that like, obviously that can't be this. It's not possible that
Human children aren't the same as nature documentaries. Yeah. All right. That's kind of what I wanted to show you from this one. Holy shit, this conversation goes on long. But I wanted to articulate that, like, Slasher just keeps calling into shows and giving up way too much information every single time. I think that this kind of points out my frustrations that I have with this case. I've said this like 6 times on stream, and I'm going to say it again. The reason why Slasher is the main argument that I'm having right now is because Slasher is the only only idiot who's gone on 6 streams and said really stupid shit. Realistically, though, I am mad at Twitch. I think that Twitch handled this horribly. I disagree with Slasher, who seems to think they did a great job, and I think that they need to be fucking investigated or something. This is nuts. The fact of the matter is, there's nothing indicating we ever would have known any information about Doc, about the minor, better or for worse, about what Doc did in the interaction. We're never going to see the screenshots, and we literally have to rely on someone whistleblowing this whole situation, because the CEO is just perfectly fine making light of it with Miss Kiff on live stream. Okay, Twitch is fucking disgusting. All right, all the shit people said about Kick needs to be said about Twitch now. They need to push harder, get more information, figure out what the fuck is going on back there, or just fucking stop using the site. That's my opinion. I don't know. Real easy for me to say as somebody who's not actively using it, but it's fucking gross. They're running that shit into the ground over there.
The standard.
I think in different countries, and when it comes,
you should argue with Queeman. He thinks that Twitch did everything right. I talked to Queeman this morning. We were talking about it a little bit. He messaged me last night. I messaged him this morning. He doesn't agree with me that there's a moral imperative that Twitch should come out and like tell people that they banned this guy for predatory actions. So it's a fundamental fundamental disagreement there. I don't know how interesting that would be. But yeah, I know my morality is that they should come out and tell people, because there are other victims who could be affected by it. And I think it would be best shown if Doc had gotten caught with something in current day, that nobody would be defending Twitch's Twitch's decision to not disclose.
like cocaine or like international affairs, it might be different. But like I can't think of a single example in the United States. You can tell me wrong, but I can think of an example in the United States.
They did an interview with the Kia Boys, and they were there when they stole cars. That was a recent one. I've seen that.
Where what?
Where they watched them. They're like, this is how they're doing it.
All right. So now the next thing I want to watch today, this is a lot shorter, way shorter. Let's watch. I want to watch the original. Now let's go back in time to 2020, about a year, 4 years ago to the month, basically, because we're about in July now. I want to hear what Slasher said when this shit was breaking, when he started doing his initial press tour for his tweet.
Hello?
Yo.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know, first of all, the gloves are off, okay? I'm gonna grill the fuck out of you. One, because you're still edging everybody like your goddamn Sting.
Even fucking Hassan is saying that this guy was posting gay little fucking teasers on his Twitter, okay? That he's edging people about the drama 4 years ago. Okay, that's Hassan Piker saying that.
Doing a tantric sex session about not revealing Dr. Disrespect information. And 2, because you're an hour late. An hour and 11 minutes to be exact.
That part is true. Yeah. For sure.
Oh my god.
So, let's get started.
How are you?
I'm good.
Me.
I'm
out of control.
Fucking riled up right now. This is
how's chat? How you doing, chat? You doing?
my
Hassan,
God.
you having a good time with chat?
You're not gonna win any favors from chat either, because there are a lot of angry customers in here who have been waiting on Dr. Disrespect News, just a crumb, literally anything we can get.
Turns out they'll have to wait for 4 more years.
To get on this matter.
I know. I'm aware. This is actually why I'm here. There's a few things why I'm here, Hassan. See, one, tweets aren't allowed on live stream fails, so I'm using you as a vehicle to just say the same thing that I would on.
Wait, okay, so his fucking opening statement is, I want to make this more viewed, and they can't put my Twitter on live stream fails, so I have to go and repeat what I said privately on your live stream. Oh fuck, this is so crazy hearing him talking current day.
But because it's on your stream, then it can be posted as a clip to the subreddit, and therefore I get my message across by abusing the meta system of the subreddit. That's just one, Hassan.
You're metagaming. First of all, let's get started. I think one way to get as much out of you without
dude, like, why does Hassan look like a genius when he's talking to this
shitty
guy?
situation? From what I understand, shitty legal situation.
I do want to preface me tweeting in the beginning saying that it's a sensitive situation and that I won't say is really stupid, and that everyone clowning on me and making fun of me and memeing on me.
Wait, is this the 2020
one
or is this the 2024 one? Am I brain dead? No, this was uploaded 4 years ago. I can't tell. Okay. Whatever.
I have to understand that even me tweeting that, while it was true, and I was only trying to give some insight to the community, all it was going to do is make me look like I'm chasing clout or teasing people and baiting people, and that I don't really know what the fuck is going on. So I totally understand that, and it's pretty reasonable to make fun of it. it's been like fun and funny to see the amount of insane shit that is going on the internet and all of the
Dude, it's been fun and funny, dude. Dude, it's been real fun.
crazy stories that are out there. But I would like to, I can give some insight on and dispel some of that they are bullshit, and you do not have to do it unless you are a
I can dispel the rumors. I just can't tell you what he did.
QAnon fan. I have a feeling like the QAnon fans and the Dr. Disrespect, what happened is a circle.
Yeah.
What happened to Dr. Disrespect is like QAnon.
Let me just say something, Slasher. You have blue-balled me harder, and I can probably say other gamers as well, harder than when I found out that Bella Delphine had Pornhub videos, okay? When I found out in the middle of a jerk-off session that Belle Delphine posted on Pornhub...
What?
I was elated. I was ecstatic. I dropped everything and immediately clicked on it, only
And
to
your
find
pants.
out that it does not end, okay? Let me tell you, don't do it. Folks, don't do it. It is not real. It is not real pornographic material. I found out the hard way. So that's all I'm going to
not
say.
so
on
hard
that
way,
matter.
right?
What in the fuck is going on?
So let's get started on obviously the most important news story, which is the Dr. Disrespect stuff. So walk me through what has happened.
You don't love.
Like walk me through your process.
Okay, sure. So, I mean, I will do that, but just to get off on like a news front, since like the top clip on LSF is a Tim thing, no one has spoken to Dr. Disrespect. Tim the Tap Man and Nick Merckx, the two streamers who have like 5,000 clips going around about like their interactions with each other, have both told me that they have not spoken to Dr. Disrespect since the ban. So they are either A, lying to me, okay, they are one, telling the truth, all right. But there could be A, they could be lying to me, or B, they could be like they are purposely trying to like bait viewership so that people post clips on LSF. I really don't think that second part is happening, and that the community, along with everything, continues to take like different clips and try to, because no one knows what the hell is going on, and they make this like a larger conspiracy thing. But just right off the bat, Tim nor Nick nor any major streamer that I have spoken to that regularly plays or knew Doc has spoken to him since the ban. No one has spoken to Doc. Okay.
Wait, so he's like, hey, this is good. Now that he's been banned, nobody's talking to him anymore. So like his career, like he thinks that this is a win here. And then like none of this happened. This is just totally wrong.
He has not had any communication or interaction with any major personality or person in this industry. I have personally, I mean, he follows me on Twitter. I've spoken to him before. I've reached out to him, you know, like a dozen times through like emails, through phone contacts, through social media, and of course, the whole thing that I went through with PR and his agency, which is part of this, and I'll explain it. He has not spoken to fucking anybody. All right, there's no communication happening with anything. So all of the people that are seeing that
Isn't
are
this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist
like
dudes?
conspiracy nonsense. And you don't.
So this is probably before Dr. Disrespect dropped the song and came back to YouTube. This was during that time frame.
To harass Tim and Nick and shit for information. They don't fucking know anything. Okay, they legitimately do not know anything. I mean, I spoke.
Well, this is good for Tim and Nick. They should pull this clip up now.
To his PR manager the very day that he was banned. And then I briefly spoke to his agency, which is CAA, who represents him. And those are the two like players that I was talked about. There has been no official communication from any entity around Dr. Disrespect in any official capacity.
So if it's locked down this tight, and there has to be leaks, and you obviously have gotten some information, I believe you. What is the reason why you or others that might have knowledge over the situation not gone out with this information?
Yeah, it's a great question, Hassan. Why aren't you fucking saying anything? Now keep in mind, when Hassan's asking that, he doesn't know his fucking kid's involved.
It seems like there is a legal complication, or rather a legal fear that if you go out, you could get clapped for like a defamation suit or something. Even if you are correct with your knowledge, even if someone else has information as well as you do that is reliable, it makes no sense that this has not gotten any sort of coverage in mainstream media outside of what has been covered thus far. So I assume that it's because either the knowledge that you guys are working with is not reliable enough, or it's not solid enough, or because there is a fear on top of the not so solid knowledge that there could be legal trouble.
Off topic, I just wanted to ask if you've ever played Nier Automata. No, I haven't. Is that a car game?
I mean, I could say, like, I have had several other journalists, including mainstream publications, come to me with similar, like, reasoning that they
Isn't
the
this
alleged
Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes?
I'll read
too?
donos in a minute.
that they have heard, and none of them have reported this either. It's a combination of, a few things. Here is that, I firmly believe from all the sources that I have spoken to, at various different places in the situation, that I have reliable enough like information out there. But I have always, at least personally, and as a real journalist should, have to really have solid, concrete, information with paper trails are good, documents are good to fully represent whatever would be happening here. And I do not have that specificity in this situation where it would be needed. That is unlike something such as a streamer sign into a new platform. Like, I don't need to see the signing sheet between Facebook and Mixer and Ninja, or Courage and YouTube, or all of those, to know the details of the deal and that those were going to happen, and that
I don't know. This is a lot of what we already heard. Is there anything
that was not it. And I do need a publication to back me, but this requires
this is what we played earlier.
Indemnity that I want, and that has been rather difficult to acquire, and that means that I get legal protection from the outlet that I publish for from whatever would happen afterwards. So yes, a defamation suit is at the high.
Right. I feel like listening to this, I'm just gonna repeat myself. What I've been saying for the last fucking hours. 3 hours, 4 hours.
Okay, would you say that your opinion of Dr. Disrespect has changed since
good
you
question.
Found out this information?
That's a great question, Hassan. I like to treat all streamers and professionals in this industry equally as a third party, subjective person that covers everybody. So I have no direct opinion one way or another.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Dude, and they wonder why people don't take him seriously.
Subjective person that covers
Oh my
everybody. So I have
God.
no direct opinion one way or another.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Oh, fuck you. Okay, Mr. Fox News Andy over here. If you were to say
Oh my god. Oh my god.
anything, would I be in trouble? Would I be in legal trouble, potentially? On here?
On your platform, so probably.
Oh, Chud raided? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Fully. I actually don't
I saw Chaser raid and I knew exactly what was happening. He was getting the gawk, bro. That's why he got off stream.
know completely how that
Holy
would work
shit.
either. I would assume so. I would
Okay.
assume because it's for broadcast.
Dude, that's crazy,
But look,
bro. He asked him, yeah, I treat everyone with respect. Yeah, this hasn't changed my opinion of the doc.
You have to keep it.
Dude, why do you think people didn't realize?
Something to keep in
Why?
mind is that Twitch and Discord.
What are we watching? We're watching Slasher talk to Hassan 4 years ago.
Both did it around the same exact time, so that it implies both companies had information around the same time as this happening, and that they acted like concurrently.
Okay, so did he say Twitch and Discord?
Same time as this happening, and line is that Twitch and Discord both did it around the same exact time, so that it implies both companies had information around the same time as this happening, and that they acted like concurrently.
Wait, so how did Twitch and Discord both have individual pieces of evidence? Like, that's the crazy part, is even knowing everything we know now, we have no idea how Discord factors into this equation. Did they go off-site and start messaging on Discord? Is that why Twitch gave them more information? Does Discord have logs of this as well? Is there different miners involved? Like, what's going on?
But
there's like a dude. This is insane.
Would they have
Isn't
gotten
this Nicholas DeOrio
would they have
guy, like,
gotten
one of those
information
fucking crypto
from
fascist dudes
like
too?
potentially an accuser or legal like?
Excuse me, Hassan. They're called survivors. Okay.
I don't think cops, if they are involved in this circumstance, would go to Discord and Twitch, and be like, "You have to ban this person." They don't fucking know. They're all boomers. So it has to be. It has to be someone that directly.
And I do want to say, like, this whole, like, the process of what happened during that time, especially with these two companies, is still something that, like, I have been looking into from the beginning, and that's, like, partially why I don't feel like it's right until I have, like, the concrete timeline of events.
Like, now it's the concrete timeline of events. Okay.
Something this
every time you ask Slasher why he's not reporting on something, it's like a different answer each time.
Is
it's
either
crazy.
Like, what was it? There's like 2 other instances. I think it's like Ice Poseidon and one other guy who was view botting or something, or not view botting, subscriber botting, and doing like a money laundering scheme through subscriptions.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Poseidon is probably the biggest other, like, example here. I mean, he was told officially through, like, the email process by Twitch was that he was banned for other terms of service reasons. Now, obviously, it was because he fucking he got doxxed flying on the plane and the whole bomb report thing at the airport, and that was, like, the reason. But he was not told that directly by Twitch. The only time he got information directly was an off-the-record conversation that he got from a employee, like, coming to him and telling him. He did not ever receive, like...
It seems like there needs to be more of these off-the-record type conversations. I don't know. I just think this website is run by retards. I don't know. I don't know how you look at the situation and go, dude, I would love to stream at Twitch. I'd love to be associated. Like, all these streamers who are big Twitch streamers, like, dude, Kick is the pedo platform. Kick is the pedo platform. And there's, like, tons of reasons why they say that. It's not just, like, a one specific incident. But, bro, I'm sorry. There's some crazy fucking shady shit going on at Twitch. It's nuts.
Official confirmation or whatever that was why he was banned. He was just kicked off the platform, banned, never mentioned again by Twitch, still never mentioned. It's been years later. Do you think Twitch has ever put out a statement about all this? No, they never talked about it.
Yeah, because I mean, that would be a horrible PR move for them to even bring that up and to make themselves like more culpable in whatever kind of alleged wrongdoing is happening in that circumstance. So it makes sense as to why Twitch would not say anything additional.
I mean, this really, dude, this has been more Loctite than gigantic video games being announced.
This is more Loctite than big video games. The most notorious, like, leak area of the internet. Dude, this is bigger than Halo. Dr. Disrespect's band. They're doing a great job.
And those are hundreds of millions of dollars of entities that are put together by thousands of people. This specific instance has been tighter controlled, especially since the first day. Especially since the first day this all happened, and like shortly after, the day after, all of the technology companies, especially Google. Like, I've even had, like, while talking about this now, a Google employee message me.
Dude, why does this keep happening? He keeps telling everybody what's on his phone. That's the second time he's done this. Yeah, a Google employee reached out to me while I'm on stream with you. I'm so important. Did I mention I knew what happened to Dr. Disrespect 4 years ago and told nobody? I'm actually such a trusted source. Look at me.
Anonymously, tell me about, like...
He just keeps disclosing, dude. He's a discloser.
How... the technology companies always find the leakers. Always find the leakers. And, you know, that is definitely, you know, a real concern. And I do not want to put anyone in any position to get, you know, messed over by the Bay Area technocrat industry.
There's no chance it's a PR move, right? There's just no chance that it's a fucking PR.
Okay, this is not a gigantically PR orchestrated, like, insane Dr. Spec fucking broke the...
By the way, chat, if you're just joining, keep in mind, this is 4 years ago, so Hassan has no idea what Doc has been accused of. This is not the recent combo.
Fourth fucking wall is going to blow everybody's mind, okay? That's not happening.
Yeah.
Everything is just... people going, this is really like QAnon, like Dr. Suspect, what happened has turned into the new, like, what happened to JFK. And because of...
Dude, this guy is nuts. This is a fucking crazy person. People asking about Doc has become QAnon. It's like the JFK investigation. Oh my, this guy's. Oh my.
Like my own tweet and like Shannon's tweet, which didn't like help. You have an entire industry which is memeing me and making like
They're memeing me, guys. They're memeing me.
And then making like all types of crazy speculation on like all different types of shit. So it's partially my fault. My bad. My bad. I hope this has been relatively useless for everybody. I probably it has. I'm sorry, chat, Twitch chat. You're more than welcome to keep spamming my Twitter mentions and talking.
Oh my god, he's so mad.
That has happened pretty much every single day.
I mean, you started off by apologizing and then following through on that same shit that you apologized for. You're like, I can't.
He's gloating? No, he's coping. This is before he won. He's just coping here.
I'm here to set the record straight. I shouldn't have fucking revealed bits and pieces. And then you literally did the exact same thing.
I am trying to do my best here.
Stop calling into streams. That's how you do your best. Just stop calling in.
Independent person with no fucking publication to back me, no one to help me do and to work on this, and that I'm trying to do my best. But I figured with the whole fucking Tim clip, I've gotten kind of annoyed. Like I felt like it's been funny to see everyone go like kind of nuts. At the same time, it's like don't harass like other streamers or whatever. Like they know something because they don't.
There's only one thing. Or maybe like one or two other criminal charges that we're not talking about that it has to be, and I'm not going to say it either, obviously, because everything is speculative and everything is alleged here in this circumstance. But even if it was tax fraud, he would come out and be like, yep, it was tax fraud. I'm sorry. I'm going to fucking deal with it. How do you deal with tax fraud? You fucking pay the government. How do you deal with charity fraud? You pay the fucking charity. And suffer the repercussions, I guess, for a little bit. So it has to be something.
But if he doesn't stream hop, how is he going to get Brittany Vetney's attention? True, chat. True.
It has to be something else.
The difference here for me in these situations is that, like, for example, Ice Poseidon and Phantom Lord, their permabans happen in something in the public. Like the Ice Poseidon happened on stream. The severity of the issue was seen on stream. The Phantom Lord scamming people wasn't seen on stream, but it was something that was seen to be done in the public eye. So while they're permabanned, you already had a sense of why it happened. So I don't know if Ice Poseidon didn't come back out because he had like an army of people behind him. He had an entire subreddit that fucking hated him. None of these people
are comparable. None of these people are comparable to Dr. Disrespect, who was literally the fucking face of Twitch.
But
and
Ice Poseidon
coming
was
fresh
the
off
face
the no,
at
but
one
not
point,
enough.
Ice Poseidon was huge though.
Yeah,
dude, why is Hassan? This guy makes Hassan sound smart. It's like one of the few people, and he's the #1 esports journalist that's active right now. What does that say for everyone else? Holy
Poseidon
shit!
was leading the entire like IRL.
No, absolutely not. Yes, he did.
Though. Not at the same level. I understand.
No, not at the same level as far as like brand, like as far as a brand that Twitch want to be associated with. On the one hand, you're talking about someone that Twitch did not want to be
at that time, though. When they were just launching the IRL section, he had the most viewers. He was the biggest person on the platform.
I know
that
he
all
was
these
like
other streamers that have come from the CX crew and whatever.
Guys,
Ice Poseidon was as much of like a.
What is this game? Where can I play it? Yeah, good one, buddy. I don't know if you can play it. This is NBA Jam. If you didn't buy it 8 years ago, there's no official way to purchase it. It's NBA Jam on Fire Edition. If you have a 360, you can get regular NBA Jam, which is still a newer version, but On Fire was an Xbox Live Arcade game. If you have an RGH Xbox, you can download it, which I don't have at the moment. I actually paid for this back in the day, but I have it on my RGH as well. There's an NFL Blitz modern version too.
The scapegoat for Twitch to ban as much of the reason as it was to ban him. Like what he did was
none of you are understanding
bad,
what I'm trying to say.
None
of you Slasher are purposely hiding from the truth. All the idiots in my chat who keep saying, "Oh, he was a 30K Andy," are fucking
But
morons.
Ice was
You are
huge, though.
purposely hiding
I
from the
know
truth.
that Doc was bigger, but Ice really was fucking
I'm
gigantic.
sorry.
then.
Did
He
Ice
really
Poseidon
was,
get a
like, the
fucking
biggest-
multi-million-dollar contract a
It
couple
didn't
weeks
exist
before?
back then. You know what?
I
Ice
know,
didn't
but
fuck
anything
so
to the
goddamn hard.
Oh,
If Ice
man!
wasn't so much,
Magnitude.
it was-
This is a
if Ice
ridiculous
wasn't-
comparison. This is a
CX
completely
crew
ridiculous
wasn't
comparison.
The most like the worst people in the world, and he actually didn't get fucking banned. Who knows what would have fucking happened? Maybe. If he
I know it
continued
was a
having
different time back
25,000
then.
people.
I know it was a different time back then, but it's not like those people at Twitch at that point were unaware of the potential problematic nature of having someone be their fucking most visible forward-facing content creator. They were. One is a brand risk, one is not. It's like I'm a fucking 15K Andy usually, but that doesn't mean I'm the face of Twitch. Even though
Ice was,
like
you're actually totally wrong. On this point, you are wrong.
Oh
Ice
my
Poseidon
God.
really was a brand risk for Twitch. I am confident to say that they banned him for as much of an identity related issue as all of
Wait,
the
why is he just disclosing why he was banned? Like, he just discloses, dude. Yeah, no, I think you're wrong about that. It really was a big problem for Twitch. He's just willingly giving information for a completely different case. And it's the example he's using as to why he doesn't have to tell anybody about Doc. If you ask this guy enough questions publicly, all of your questions will be answered. He will tell you everything. You can get him to tell you anything.
he like piled up suspensions that he got. I actually
Yeah,
totally
that's
disagree.
what I'm
Even
trying
the
to
I
say.
know the Dr. Spec is bigger than Ice by a larger magnitude, and he had a multi-million-dollar deal. You are right on that.
I'm
but
saying
Ice
he was a
huge
brand
deal
risk
at the
though.
time.
One is positively associated with Twitch and is like a positive promotion for Twitch. The other
Kind
is
of.
a
There's a lot of people that fucking hate Doc. A lot of people that don't like Doc since the entire
Oh my
Pissgate
God.
situation. And I
not
think he is like
you
a
cannot
negative.
make that comparison. You cannot make that comparison.
Dude, Doc and how are you compare? This is like when Flamenco is like Pokemon is a lot like Darkside Phil, and I was just so stun-locked that anyone would say something that retarded that I just chose to willingly like ignore that engagement. Like I couldn't believe someone just compared Pokemon and DSP. That's what it feels like here.
Because ultimately it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Dr. Disrespect didn't get banned for
Isn't
no
this
reason.
Nicholas
DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too.
This guy talks himself into corners and discloses in a panic to get out of it. Yeah, literally. He's just like, please take this information. Leave me alone.
The bans that he got beforehand were bans for like actual fucking crimes and shit, like, you know, putting a camera in a bathroom. The comparison you're making is completely ridiculous. We're not talking about the impact that ICE had on live streaming or IRL streaming in general. We're talking about brand friendliness and like a content creator that has the capacity to become the face of the platform that can get brand deals outside of Twitch. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Like,
I don't even think
whoever
that
is the
should
most
matter.
successful on the platform isn't necessarily the most brand friendly person that the platform wants to associate with. Knowing what you know, do you think Dr. Disrespect is done for good?
Why is he waiting? He knows in this clip that Doc sexted a minor. He knows in this clip that Doc sexted a minor. This is 4 years ago.
Dr. Disrespect is done that the platform wants to associate with. Knowing what you know, do you think Dr. Disrespect is done for good?
That quote has been used to me before.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
Like that statement has been used to me, but I don't know.
Bro, you are literally this is like
Dude, why was he doing a press tour to talk about how much he can't say publicly? And then just saying like, yeah, it's about the victim. I'm protecting the victim. Did you guys know I'm protecting the victim? And he's doing like a press tour being like, well, I've heard. I'm going to disclose a little. Yeah, I've heard. There's some stuff back there. This is like womanly behavior right now.
slow motion, dude. Bullet time cinematics here with your dodging.
Hassan, you're my emotional support network right now. Okay, can you please hold me?
Okay,
Guys, people keep saying that I did stuff for clout. I don't even know where that comes from. I've only ever done stuff to just try to help the victim. Yeah, no, I don't understand it either.
Okay, Tumblr Andy. Like, no.
I just want to be told by the internet, who's really been hurting my feelings these last few weeks.
Dude,
all
you
the
are
mean
gonna
comments,
get
sending
so
me,
much hate. Like,
and all the mean comments
like, do you
that
jerk
defines
off to
me.
this? Like, what do you mean?
Oh my god, bro.
Dude, people are gonna be so mad at you. Bro. What are you doing?
It's just
you're agitating further. Like, you're agitating against yourself further here instead of saying like, here are the reasons. Ask him why there suddenly is a disrespect cabinet for $50,000 on Wave.
Oh god, bro, it's so hard to listen to Slasher. It is so fucking hard. He needs to react to it now in current day. Yeah, it's scary. That's some scary shit. By the way, thank you so much to Chud Logic who raided into me. Let me quickly run through some donos. CQC, thanks for the membership. Ace Guy, thanks for the membership. Mike the Bike, $5. If Augie's really calling it quits for good, I hope everything goes well for him. Super chill dude. Look, he's doing good. I don't think he's coming back. I'll appreciate his support. RIP RFC. Raps Chick, thank you for the $5. Makes no sense. It would have benefited them to let people know. DJ Screwdriver, $5. YouTube are the real winners. They profited 4 years of Dr. Disrespect on their platform because Twitch didn't say anything. Yeah. $20 Bobby. B, this guy talks like an enthusiastic Alan from Smiling Friends. Germ, $75. The allegation is going to be boring without a battle royale mode. Dash Dr. Disrespect. Jack Walker 7, $10. If Hassan is saying that you shouldn't just say unverified stories, you fucked up, take away Slasher's Quake logo and send him to the game's episode 4 levels. Allison Lee, thanks for the new membership. Thanks for the entertaining as always. Thanks for the entertainment as always. I appreciate that. Germ, $72. Switch, we pay pedos off for a job well done. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. $5. Izzy Mandius. Really funny to see the same guy ping pong between Destiny and Hassan when they won't even talk to one another. James the Frog, $2. FYI, Flamenco be like, Evo Flamenco be like, Evil Flamenco be like, I love 30-year-old women. Thank you for the donation and your statement, James the Frog. Gerald H, new membership. Chris Hansen would read the logs on Dateline. They would also show part of the logs to catch a predator. Yeah, but that show wasn't always done well. Obviously, the reason it was canceled was a huge controversy. Germ, $75. Slasher was excited for the Dr. Disrespect shooter, so he buried the story to protect the development of the game. He did it for the gamers. Maybe, I don't think so. Germ, 70 redacted a $2 donation. Appreciate it. Ethan, $2. I know you're lying about Augie not coming back. No, it's 100% true. I wouldn't lie to you. Germ, $75. Did you know that Slasher was a gaming consultant for Twitch in 2009, according to his LinkedIn? This might explain his behavior. Germ, $72. I buried the story, but I am insert religion here, dash Slasher. Raging Bull, $10. Journo Scum. Yeah, I know he was fine. I don't want to. I'm not gonna. Yeah, he was fine effing kids, but I kept my mouth shut until a verifiable third-party schizophrenic said it. Now I'm butthurt that I didn't get famous. Yeah, I think that's what he did. Captain C, thanks for the 20 Canadian. This is why I never wanted
Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascists.
This is why I never went to the press about my essay story. Story would have blown up for ratings, and I would have been dragged through the mud. Never go to a journalist if you're a victim. They can't be trusted. I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Historical Chaos, $20. Has anyone asked the question, if they didn't disclose this, how many times has this happened and with who? He could be banned because he was trying to meet with a minor at TwitchCon. What about others not meeting there? Frenchie's Fry, $5. He let that freak run around for 4 years because he wanted to ego a couple of Twitter and YouTubers. Freaky ass dude, covering up. A freaky ass dude, he a cover up god. Javelina Kyle, $5. Pinball again? Come on, Nick. This is the one time that there isn't a line in front of the Time Crisis cabinet. Bro, I would love to be downstairs playing my Time Crisis cabinet. Pugs, the big $2. The Doctor and the Journalist, neither with the degrees. James the Frog, $2. Max Payne writing a Wattpad Tumblr level fanfic. I Bully Bullies, 20 sec. I am Max Payne. Now you know my secret. Alex the Riot, $5. If you go to 259.45 of Nick's Ricada stream last night, you'll have a good laugh, I promise. I Bully Bullies, 20 sec. Wrong account, lol. I am the true Max Payne. Ken Grippy Jr., Major League Gawkball, thank you for the $2. Alex the Riot. James the Frog, $5. Hassan Gunnar allegations. How will this affect the Palestinian war? Papo, $10. Gunsan Piker, Captain C, new membership. Crappy Post, $2. Dr. Dis Epstein, Crappy Post, $2. Hassan spiked her drink. Oh, Piker. Hassan spiked her drink. I get it. Captain C, 10 Canadian. If you have information on a crime, you know there's a person who's committed the crime and gotten away with it, you could be called an accomplice to the crime. An argument can be made on that. Yeah, not legally though, I don't think in this case. But at least on a moral level, I can understand. Doc in a box,
really lolly?
$5. I swear I had Doc in my handle before this shit. I disavow Dr. Disrespect. I have a real doctorate. I disavow. Nightwing, thank you for the 5 gifted. All right, real quick. Nick Recada's live stream. What's that timestamp?
Can I say something to you, Nick?
It.
I really like you.
Why? 20. What was it? 229 something. Hold on. 259.45.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? Nick Ricata. Ricata Law. Can't believe
Is
that
this really
random
lolly?
Will Herring guy is still around. 259. Here.
There's. You got to keep the hustle going.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to just drop more rap
Is
rap
this
videos.
really lolly?
Those are always good. Have you ever watched his fucking music?
Yeah,
Andrew
great.
Tate's music videos? They're so good. Alex the Riot says, any advice for first-time father Augie RFC? Wait, is Augie really a first-time father? Or is that a joke? Like, I never know. It's like, yeah,
that's real.
Dude, you're not gonna get any sleep.
Oh
But
my
it's worth it.
god,
It's
bro.
cool.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, don't be
Are
scared.
you joking?
You probably
There's
are.
no
You'll be
way.
fine. Or not. I don't know. I don't know you. Me04120 says, can you guys put the Sonichu medallions together and touch them mid-screen? I want to see what gets summoned. I don't even.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, that's insane. Dude, that's insane, bro. That's crazy. That's wild. Alright, Jim's gonna be streaming soon. I might cut it here. I might do one more day of this. Because I got some more shit that I want to talk about. I think splitting it in half is good. Because I'm at 4 hours already. I gotta get some shit done today. I rolled out of bed and fired up the live, so I've done fuck all today. Ugh. Medicare's streaming tonight. Yeah, you can check out Jim. Jimbo is doing a Boogie stream tonight, which I covered in my earlier hours. Ugh, Boogie's a pathetic fucking freak. I think he's put another statement out. Let me see. Is there anyone to read into? Oh, God, it's literally Abby Blackbird. Or you know what? Here, I'll read into Jim, even though he's not going to be live for a while, just so you have the link. Put it on your shit. Good night, guys. Good shit, guys. Fucking big W all around, based. Except for Slasher, who's like crazy and cringe.
Breaking news today is the Chum Bucket has been riddled with bullets in a drive-by shooting. Emergency responders have reported 1 female victim. And one thing is for certain, Bikini Bottom is no longer safe. Red Bottom